I have a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 101, Building a Grassland. Speaking of building a desert show-off base, Jiang Chen planned to build a super ranch directly in the desert. Since it was a super ranch, it had to be large, super large, the same size as his scenic area. His scenic area had 4.5 million mu of land, so this one also had to be built with 4.5 million mu of land. 4.5 million mu of land sounds like a lot, but in fact, the area of a county in China is about 5,000 square kilometers, which is 7.5 million mu of land, so Jiang Chen's ranch is equivalent to the size of half a county. Jiang Chen put the ranch and the Bermuda tourist base together, which was the size of a county. The grass seeds germinate too slowly, so why not just plant 10 centimeter lawns directly, so that tomorrow Fatty Wang can go buy sheep all over the country. My scenic area is about to open, and when the time comes, tourists will come and eat my lamb. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen began to calculate the price. 10 centimeter lawns cost 1,000 yuan per square meter, and 4.5 million mu of grassland. Gosh, it actually costs 299.7 billion. Too expensive, too expensive. Jiang Chen couldn't help but sigh. Although he had 4 trillion, his money had to be spent on the scenic area. Change the grass to 5 centimeters and let them grow slowly. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen directly recharged 1,500,000 and entered them all. He first spent 1,498.5 billion to buy half of the county's green grass, and then spent 1.5 billion to buy 2 circles of desert giant cactus as fences. After building the desert super grassland ranch, Jiang Chen stood on a green sand dune. The wind blew the green grass that stretched to the horizon, and the world was full of the fragrance of fragrant grass. Not only that, now is the time when the sun is the hottest at noon, but at this moment, the breeze on the grassland is like spring. Indeed, May is still spring for Mojiang, although it is summer in eastern China at this moment. The grassland is so beautiful. If I can turn the entire Sahara desert into grassland, will I become the greatest person of this century? No. To turn the entire Sahara desert into an oasis, I have to gather all the money in the world, which is impossible. Indeed, Jiang Chen even suspected that he had earned 4 trillion yuan directly in the desert this time. Would China's economy be affected? After all, the total amount of money in a country is there. Ding dong, system prompt. The system detects that the player has doubts in his heart. The system prompts the player that the money earned by the system will be returned to the country where the resources are located in another form. What do you mean? System prompt. The money from the Bermuda loan will be converted into various expenses and paid by the system to the global Bermuda loan supplier. The Rose King flower system will use a unique way to rebates to the rose bases of various countries. In addition, the systems including cement, trees, etc. will return the proceeds to various suppliers after deducting basic expenses. After the system finished speaking, Jiang Chen suddenly realized that you are just a middleman. You buy desert Bermuda grass from all over the place and then process it yourself and then sell it to me at a high price. You buy trees from forest farms all over the place, process them and sell them to me. This is good. It seems that I don't have to go all the way to buy it myself. Not bad, not bad. You are a second-hand dealer. After resolving his doubts, Jiang Chen felt more at ease with the use of money. Now that the super ranch has been built, the only thing left is roads and water sources. The road problem is easy to solve. Jiang Chen planned 7 roads in the ranch, 2 main roads and 5 auxiliary roads. One main road runs from the westernmost side of the ranch to Highway 2 leading to Fengjin Airport. Yes, this road to China was named Sahara Highway 2 by Jiang Chen. Another main road runs from the northernmost part of the ranch to the northern outer ring road of the Bermuda scenic area. Jiang Chen directly invested 700 million yuan in these 2 main roads. 700 million yuan can only build ordinary roads in China, but Jiang Chen's place is different. He used the cheapest desert cement, which is basically composed of yellow sand. The desert lacks everything, but the least lacking is yellow sand. After the 2 main roads were built, Jiang Chen built 5 auxiliary roads according to the trend of the sand dunes. The auxiliary roads cost more money, as much as 10 billion. His principle is to allow large trucks to reach every corner of the ranch, which will be beneficial for him to sell sheep in the future. After planting the highway with one click, Jiang Chen planted water sources. Water sources are particularly important for ranchers. Jiang Chen drove along the highway and planted some desert reeds wherever there were low-lying places. Now there are grasslands everywhere. As long as a few dozen square meters of reeds are planted, a large puddle can be gathered. In addition to the puddles, Jiang Chen found several places that were particularly suitable for creating rivers. These were gullies between 2 continuous sand dunes. The gullies stretched for dozens of miles, and Jiang Chen also planted dozens of miles of desert reeds along the gullies. As time went by, Jiang Chen built more than 200 water sources of various sizes in the super ranch. These desert reeds directly cost him nearly 30 billion yuan. In the evening, Jiang Chen drove away from the super ranch. The money from the ranch made Jiang Chen want to cry without tears. He himself didn't know if he could make back the money in this life. The car just drove into Highway 2. Jiang Chen was about to call Mr. Zhao to come to the ranch to install street lights. Suddenly, there was a ding-dong sound, and Jiang Chen's farming app popped up a new message. Another task was released. Jiang Chen said as he opened the desert farming app. After opening the app, the system popped up new content. System prompt: the player has completed the construction of the AA level scenic spot, and the system has unlocked the full attendance seed grid. Please check it. Oh my god, the construction of the scenic spot has been completed. I don't think I have started building the scenic spot yet. Wait, is the to a level scenic spot he mentioned the super ranch? Can this also be considered a scenic spot? Jiang Chen thought about it. This is indeed a scenic spot. The system prompted him to build an AA level scenic spot, but it did not restrict him to use any materials. Moreover, more importantly, the grassland itself is a scenic spot. Why didn't he think of it? So, my ranch is profitable. Let me see what good seeds the system has unlocked. Jiang Chen said this, and opened the building materials mall with great expectation. After opening the building materials mall, Jiang Chen really unlocked a new seed grid. In this seed grid, there was a colorful tent, a bit like a yurt. Seed introduction: desert yurt. The desert yurt is made of a special material. It is not afraid of sunlight or rain. The desert yurt also has the function of regulating temperature. In the hot summer, the desert yurt can absorb heat to make the yurt warm. In the cold winter, the desert yurt can also absorb heat to make the yurt warm. Price introduction: desert yurts are very expensive due to the scarcity of materials used to make them. An extra large yurt costs RMB 1000 and a small yurt costs RMB 500. Chapter 102, Temperature Adjustable Yurt. Speaking of the price of the yurt, Jiang Chen sighed. Oh my god, this price is expensive. Now an air conditioner costs 4 or 5,000. A yurt that can adjust the temperature is not expensive, even if it costs 10,000. Jiang Chen was very happy. You know, what he lacks most now is accommodation. The system prompts him to recruit 500 tourists. He worries about how to accommodate more than 500 people every day. Now, the yurt is here. Everything will be easy with the yurt. Jiang Chen got out of the car while talking. This is their certified to a level scenic spot, so why don't I build a desert camping base here? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen got in the car again and drove towards the ranch. As soon as he entered the ranch, Jiang Chen saw a grass hill under the sunset. This is a grass slope that stretches for nearly 7 or 8 miles. The grass slope is not steep. Below the grass slope is a river made of reeds. Next to the river is a particularly flat grassland. If a desert yurt can be planted here, then tourists staying here can see the sunset glow all over the sky and the reeds swaying in the wind in the evening. This is simply too beautiful. Very good. Plant a desert yurt here. Jiang Chen said as he planted 3,000 small desert yurts along the east bank of the river. There was only room for 3,000 yurts. after the yurts were planted, although Jiang Chen spent 1.5 million. Looking at the colorful yurts dotted on the grassland like a rainbow by the river, the beautiful and spectacular appearance made Jiang Chen couldn't help but praise it. It's worth it. It's worth it. I just think this grassland is missing something. Once these yurts are added, it will be perfect, Jiang Chen said, and drove along the road again. After walking more than 10 miles, he found a vacant land on a sand dune facing east, where he could see the desert sunrise, the winding grassland river, and the reeds dotted in the river. Jiang Chen planted 10,000 yurts without saying a word. Jiang Chen spent more than 5 million to build 10,000 yurts, but at this moment, Jiang Chen had plenty of money. Jiang Chen drove around looking for places suitable for planting yurts. On the flat grassland, beside the long river, on the top of the steep grass hill, and on the gentle slopes that stretched for miles, Jiang Chen planted more than 300,000 yurts in the entire ranch area. These yurts can accommodate more than 200,000 people at the same time. Of course, some of these yurts are for tourists to live in, and some are places for Jiang Chen to do business. Yes, tourists must eat when they come to play, so Jiang Chen bought a large yurt as a hotel. Tourists need supermarkets, so Jiang Chen prepared 3 or 4 large yurts connected together as supermarkets. Jiang Chen's goal is to create a small village in each yurt area, which can meet the most basic living needs of tourists. After building the yurt hotel, it was already 4 o'clock in the morning, and the desert sky was still dark. Jiang Chen lay on a piece of grass and looked up at the vast starry sky. The starry sky was so beautiful. Jiang Chen roughly calculated that he had planted more than 100,000 large yurts and more than 200,000 small yurts in one afternoon and one night. The large yurts cost almost 110 million yuan, and the small yurts cost more than 100 million yuan. This added up to more than 210 million yuan, which was really expensive. The seeds have been planted. Since the work has started, let's finish it all at once. Now that we have yurts, how can we drive in without gas stations in the future? Exclamation mark. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen got up and walked towards the highway. Such a large super ranch, at least a dozen gas stations must be built. Jiang Chen calculated in the car that 10 gas stations should be enough for 4.5 million acres of grassland, so Jiang Chen charged another 100 million yuan and directly bought 10 gas stations and then planted on the ranch. The principle of planting gas stations is very simple. There is one at the entrance of Highway 2, one at the intersection in the middle of the ranch, and one at the intersection of each auxiliary road. He ensures that there is a gas station in every direction on the land of half a county, which is equivalent to a county in China, and there are towns under the county, and a gas station is built in each town. When Jiang Chen built the gas station, it was already bright. At 9 o'clock in the morning, Jiang Chen ate some biscuits he brought with him, drank a glass of water from Crescent Moon Lake, and then lay on the grass to sleep. He didn't close his eyes for a day and a night, and he slept until more than 1 o'clock in the morning. After Jiang Chen woke up, he couldn't help but sigh that this grass really has the function of promoting sleep. Sleeping on the grass is more comfortable than taking magic pills. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Jiang Chen lay on the grass and looked at the sky full of stars and thought, now his ranch has grass, the road has been repaired, and the yurt has been built. It is almost operational now. However, when tourists come, how should they solve the problem of going to the toilet? Jiang Chen was thinking about it when suddenly his phone lit up with a ding-dong sound. Jiang Chen took out his phone and found that it was a message from the desert farming app. I haven't completed any tasks yet. What is the system doing? Jiang Chen said as he opened the desert farming app. A system prompt box popped up on the farming app. Seeing the prompt box, Jiang Chen's eyes suddenly lit up and he quickly clicked on the system prompt box. System prompt. The player still has desert toilets that have not been planted. Do you want to start planting? Desert toilet? Yes. How could I forget the desert toilet seeds? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen clicked on the desert toilet seeds. After so many days, he almost forgot about this seed. Seed introduction. Desert environmentally friendly toilet. This toilet uses the most advanced recycling technology in the galaxy. It can convert urine and feces into clean water and fertilizer. Clean water will automatically fill the sink, and fertilizer can fertilize the plants in the desert to make them grow more vigorously. Well, it's very advanced. Price introduction. Desert environmental toilets are expensive because of the high copyright fees. Desert environmental toilets cost 2 million for 100 people and 1 million for 50 people. Please purchase according to your discretion. 2 million is not expensive, but wait, who are you going to pay copyright fees to for your broken system? System prompt. Because desert environmental toilets use the patents of some companies on Earth, you need to pay copyright fees to the relevant companies. Please be aware of this. Be aware of this, sir. Jiang Chen really wanted to smash his phone after saying this. Wouldn't it be cheaper to just build a toilet with a few bricks? Jiang Chen thought of this, but then he shook his head again. No, the desert environment is extremely fragile. If the problem of fecal pollution is not solved, its grassland will become a desert. Not only that, the feces cannot be solved, the feces pile up, and the temperature in the desert is high. Who can stand this stench? So, thinking of this, Jiang Chen sighed and said, just buy it. It's just a desert toilet. I have plenty of money. I can't take it out to enjoy the desert anyway, so I might as well spend it all. Chapter 103 Planting 100,000 acres of desert golden apricots. As Jiang Chen was talking, he calculated the toilets needed for the ranch. These toilets were divided into toilets for 100 people and toilets for 50 people. At the crossroads and gas stations, there would definitely be toilets for 100 people, and those small yurt gathering places would need small toilets. However, Jiang Chen did not plan to build small toilets. In addition, some places that Jiang Chen had not yet developed also needed to build toilets. So Jiang Chen estimated that, if he wanted to cover the ranch of half the size of a county with a complete toilet network, he would need at least 10,000 toilets. What is the concept of 10,000 toilets? This is just 2 toilets in a larger village, but for these 10,000 toilets, Jiang Chen would have to pay at least 20 billion yuan. 20 billion is 20 billion. Anyway, Roseflower only has so much money. The ranch plus the Bermuda scenic spot. At most all the money will be used up. Jiang Chen said as he recharged 20 billion. After recharging the money, Jiang Chen bought 10,000 toilets and started planting. Under the starry sky, Jiang Chen planted the first desert environmental toilet at the intersection of Highway 2. Soon, a golden light was cast, and a toilet with a capacity of 100 people grew out of the ground like a seed. The toilet grew quickly at a speed visible to the naked eye. After the golden light faded, a toilet covering an area of more than 1 acre appeared on a green grass. The toilet was designed very differently. It looked like a sailboat. From a distance, the sailboat seemed to be sailing in the green ocean. Jiang Chen was a little happy. He had never used such a high-tech toilet before. Jiang Chen just wanted to relieve himself, so he walked straight to the desert environmental toilet. After entering the toilet on the sailboat, a fresh scent of flowers wafted out of the toilet, which made people feel very comfortable. The toilets were divided into men's and women's toilets. After Jiang Chen walked into the men's toilet, there was a row of squat toilets for 30 people on the left, and a row of squat toilets for 20 people on the opposite side. On the right, was a row of urinals. This toilet was no different from the toilets in China. After Jiang Chen finished his work, he walked to the sink, and turned on the faucet. Sure enough, a stream of clear water flowed out, and the water did not have the slightest odor. Where is the fertilizer? Jiang Chen was wondering, and he saw 2 small houses next to the toilet. Jiang Chen pushed open the door and walked in. As soon as he entered, he saw something like fertilizer piled up in the corner of the house. Oh my god, it's really high tech. If this technology can be sold, there will be people who want it, even if it costs 10 million. Jiang Chen was very happy. It must be said that, although his ranch is in the desert, many of its black technologies cannot be compared even in big cities in the United States. Let's finish the task quickly, and plant the entire ranch under the cover of night. After that, we can rest assured. Jiang Chen said as he drove the car, to plant desert environmentally friendly toilets in the ranch. This kind of planting lasted until dawn, and it was already 9 o'clock in the morning. After planting the desert environmentally friendly toilets, Jiang Chen stretched and looked at the endless grassland in front of him. He was very satisfied. It's all built, just waiting for Fatty Wang to buy cows and sheep. As Jiang Chen spoke, he seemed to see countless cows and sheep standing on the desert grassland eating tender Bermuda grass. They were so fat, Jiang Chen put them on the grill, and the fragrance filled the entire grassland. Ooh la la, Jiang Chen's saliva actually flowed down when he thought of eating fat and tender lambs. He wiped the saliva from his mouth and sighed and said, "Why do you suddenly want to eat Laocoon's mutton noodles? When the sheep are out of the pen in the future, sell them to Laocoon first. The mutton noodles made by Laocoon with my pure natural little fat sheep will definitely become a specialty in Mojiang." Ding dong. Jiang Chen just finished speaking. His mobile phone rang again. Jiang Chen was very puzzled. Why did this system give him seeds again? Jiang Chen opened his mobile phone, and it was indeed a message sent to him by the desert farming system. System prompt: the player has preliminarily completed the construction of the ranch. The rating of the ranch tourist scenic area, AA-. Task reminder: please continue to upgrade the desert scenic area and complete the task of 500 tourists as soon as possible. Oh my god, you gave me a 2A- for such an awesome and advanced desert ranch. Are you kidding me? Jiang Chen thought the system had given him new seeds again. He never expected that you would be such a system. Forget it, let's go back to the Bermuda scenic area. Anyway, there is nothing to build on the ranch, so let's go back to the Bermuda scenic area and continue to plant desert golden longevity apricots. Jiang Chen drove straight to the Bermuda scenic area. After arriving at the Bermuda scenic area, the scenic area was still extremely quiet. The world here was as quiet as a non-existent world. Jiang Chen drove around the desert poppy base in the northwest, and then planted desert golden longevity apricots between the Crescent Bay scenic area and the poppy base. Desert golden longevity apricots are very expensive. Jiang Chen calculated his own money. He had invested 1,579.8619 billion yuan in the desert ranch in the past 2 days. Now he still had 2,700.8681 billion yuan left. 2,700 billion yuan was enough, so Jiang Chen decided to go big. Since the system asked him to plant no less than 1,000 acres of golden longevity apricots, he might as well double it by 100. You know, the area of his scenic spot is really too large, and the income from planting those flowers and plants is too low, but planting apricots is different. Apricots can be sold directly. Even if they can't be sold out, he can dig up the almonds and use the apricot meat to make canned apricots. He can also sell the remaining almonds separately. Therefore, this seed is the most profitable one among all his seeds. So Jiang Chen plans to plant 100,000 acres of desert golden longevity apricots directly. Let me calculate how much money it will cost. 80 golden longevity apricot trees can be planted per mu of land. So 1000 mu of land can plant 53.33 million trees, and 100,000 mu of land will be 5.333 billion trees. Oh my god, this is really a lot. One apricot tree costs 5,000, which is 26.665 trillion yuan. Ahem. It seems that there is not so much money. Jiang Chen was a little embarrassed. Then plant 10,000 mu. 10,000 mu is 2.6665 trillion yuan, and I happen to have 2.7 trillion yuan. At this point, Jiang Chen directly bought 10,000 mu of desert golden longevity apricot trees. After the purchase, he only had 34.3681 billion yuan left in his pocket. He had to spend the rest of the money slowly. After purchasing 10,000 mu of desert golden longevity apricot trees, Jiang Chen chose to plant with one click. When planting with one click, Jiang Chen also deliberately cleared a lot of places suitable for building houses according to the terrain. He knew that, when the apricot flowers bloomed, this place would become the most beautiful paradise. If you can live in such a paradise, wouldn't it be like a god? Therefore, Jiang Chen left a lot of vacant land to build villas and sell them later. Okay, the design is ready. 500 million desert golden longevity apricot trees, together with the vacant land and some scattered plantings, a total of 100,000 acres of land can be planted. I'm such a smart guy, Jiang Chen said, and clicked the button to plant. After clicking the button, a golden light appeared in front of him and quickly spread out to all directions with him as the center. Chapter 104. 100 years pass by. Wherever the golden light passed, apricot seedlings broke out of the soil. They stretched their waists like children crawling up. Soon, the small apricot seedlings, which were as tall as a person, grew furry leaves, then grew up quickly, aged, and fell off. Then they grew leaves again, aged, and fell off. The apricot seedlings grew up in the process of shedding leaves again and again. 100 years passed in an instant. Jiang Chen just watched the apricot trees of various shapes and forms grow up in front of him. He was stunned. Anyone who watched 100 years pass by his fingertips would not be calm. Is this true? Jiang Chen reached out and touched a golden longevity apricot tree next to him that was more than 10 meters high. The tree was very thick, like a poplar tree, but it did not grow straight. It had 5 main branches that pressed down and grew in all directions. From a distance, each apricot tree looked like a huge umbrella, especially at this time, when the apricot trees had just sprouted. The fresh green feeling was really amazing. It's really a 100-year-old apricot tree that costs 5,000 yuan. Even if a tree like this costs 10,000 yuan, it's worth it. Jiang Chen was very moved. This system really didn't deceive him. Pieces of golden desert were painted with a little green by pieces of golden apricots. Jiang Chen drove through the golden apricot forest. He felt very comfortable, especially when he drove to the middle of the golden apricot forest and saw a huge golden apricot from a distance. Jiang Chen was shocked. He stopped the car. The apricot tree was so big. The tree was nearly 100 meters high. The trunk needed 4 adults to stretch out their arms to hug it. Not only that, the roots that extended to the ground were thicker than thighs, and there were more than a dozen main branches on the trunk that were thicker than the trunk of a 100-year-old golden apricot. How could Jiang Chen not be surprised when such a towering tree appeared in front of him? What a huge golden apricot. Jiang Chen had never seen such a large apricot tree in his life. In addition, the little apricot leaves covered the branches. The sunlight shone through the gaps between the branches and leaves and sprinkled on the ground. The mottled appearance reminded Jiang Chen of his childhood. System prompt. Every tribe will have a guide, and this piece of golden longevity apricot is also guarded by their king. Golden longevity apricot king? This tree is no less than 1,000 years old. The money spent on buying 500 million golden longevity apricot trees is probably not as valuable as this golden longevity apricot king. Of course, such an apricot tree can no longer be measured by money. Looking at the 1,000-year-old apricot king in front of him, Jiang Chen was very moved. He decided to call this apricot forest the Golden Longevity Apricot King Scenic Area in the future. At noon, after planting the Golden Longevity Apricot Forest, Jiang Chen started to plant roads directly. He had reserved roads in advance, so he planted very quickly. The roads he built on the 100,000 acres of land were very dense. Because apricots need to be picked, there must be many roads. Therefore, the main roads of this apricot forest are all 4 lanes, and the auxiliary roads are all 2 lanes. Of course, Jiang Chen also built many apricot blossom viewing avenues. These avenues are only as wide as a lane, and people can only walk or ride bicycles here. It costs 700 million to build a road, which is really a bit too much, but there is no way. We have to plant it. Jiang Chen said as he bought desert cement and clicked 1-click planting in the scenic area. After planting with 1 click, black desert roads were spread out in the apricot forest like countless black belts. After the road construction was completed, Jiang Chen breathed a sigh of relief. He finally completed a big task. After planting the desert Jinshan crossing scenic area, Jiang Chen only had more than 33.6 billion yuan left in his card. This money was a huge sum of money in front of outsiders, but it was simply a poor sum in the desert planting industry, which started at trillions of yuan. Therefore, Jiang Chen decided not to plant anymore. He wanted to invest this money in recruiting tourists. After all, he still had the task of recruiting 500 tourists to complete the vast horizon. Just as Jiang Chen was about to leave the Jinshaoxingwang scenic area, Jiang Chen's phone suddenly rang. Jiang Chen turned on his phone, and it was a call from Guan Cubic. He quickly answered it. Hello, Manager Guan, is there anything I can help you with? Mr. Jiang, the auction of the Butterfly Love Flower Shop that I mentioned to you last time will be held in Urumqi tomorrow. Do you think we should go? Oh, you almost forgot. If you hadn't told me. Go. Of course we have to go. Book the tickets immediately and we'll set off today. Jiang Chen hung up the phone after he finished speaking. He had been so busy with the construction of the scenic spot these days that he really forgot about bidding for the butterfly love flower shop. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen drove his Mercedes-Benz towards Highway 1. After leaving the Jinshaozing Wang scenic area, the car drove into a stretch of yellow sand. A road passed through the yellow sand. Looking at the yellow sand all over the sky, Jiang Chen sighed. Less than 1/20th of the Bermuda scenic area is planted, and he spent so much money on this little land. If the entire scenic area is planted, how much money will it cost? Can 1 trillion yuan do it? This is no longer something that ordinary people can think of. However, Jiang Chen firmly believes that, as long as he works hard enough and follows the requirements of the system step by step, he will definitely be able to green the entire Bermuda scenic area. Not only that, in the future he will also green the Saharan hinterland. He wants to conquer the entire desert. Driving through the yellow sand area, it took only more than 10 minutes to reach the Bermuda Lawn Oasis scenic area. The oasis scenic area is not very large, only 10,000 acres. These grasslands can only be regarded as a small grassland. Tourists come here to watch the sunrise and camp in the wild, but other things are not acceptable. No, we need tents for camping outdoors. Let's call Mr. Wang. Jiang Chen took out his cell phone and called Mr. Wang in Yishi. After the call was connected, Jiang Chen ordered 3,000 tents directly from Mr. Wang. Mr. Wang was very happy to see Jiang Chen bought so many at once, and he was ready to deliver the goods to the door in person. Jiang Chen didn't care about these. After all, he had more important things to do. After arriving in Mojiang County, Jiang Chen met Guanku, and the two drove from Yishi to the provincial capital Washi on the highway. The new province was very large. After the two arrived in Washi, it was already late at night. Although it was late at night, Washi was still bustling with cars and people. Mr. Jiang, the auction will be held at the Washi International Hotel. This auction is commissioned by the new province high court to Mingai auction house. I heard that in addition to the butterfly love flower shop, there are some other items for auction. Mr. Jiang, if you are interested, you may want to take a look. The promotion officer parked the car in front of the Washi International Hotel. After the reception security drove the car to the basement, Jiang Chen and the promotion officer walked straight to the hotel. They planned to check in directly at the Washi International Hotel and wait for the auction to start tomorrow morning to bid and leave. The lobby of the International Hotel was decorated very gorgeously. Although it was late at night, there was still a long queue of people checking in. As soon as Jiang Chen entered the lobby, the queue suddenly dispersed, and they all turned around and walked out. What's going on? Jiang Chen was very puzzled. A young man in his 30s came towards him. The young man sighed and said, "It's full. There is no room. It's really unlucky. I should have come earlier if I had known." What? Full? Jiang Chen was also a little confused. Why are there many people coming to participate in the auction? Jiang Chen, why don't we change hotels? Guanku said, and Jiang Chen nodded. It was the only way. The two of them turned around and walked out of the hotel. Jiang Chen. Chapter 105. Gambling with Dignity. At the Washi International Hotel, just as Jiang Chen turned around and walked out, he heard a familiar shout. He turned around and saw a beautiful face in the crowded crowd. Li Yiren? Li Squad Leader, why are you here? It was a bit cold in Washi at night. Li Yiren was wearing the most popular windbreaker and a pair of channel boots. Her delicate and elegant face quickly attracted the attention of a group of people. "It's you. Jiang Chen, why are you here?" Li Yiren squeezed towards Jiang Chen while talking, and Jiang Chen hurriedly went over. The two of them avoided the crowded crowd and came to the empty blue and white porcelain vase in the hall. At the same time, another person squeezed in from the crowd. He waved his hand and shouted to Li Yiren, "Yiren, Yiren, I have booked a room at Noi Hotel, Yiren." Oh my god. ZHU Chang? Why is this guy here too? The moment they saw ZHU Chang, both of them were confused. ZHU Chang squeezed through the crowd. When he saw Li Yiren standing with Jiang Chen, he suddenly became a little annoyed. Fuck, Jiang Chen, why the hell are you here when you can't stay in the desert? Do you know where this is? Is this the right place for you? Zhu Chang raised his head as he spoke, as if the Urumqi International Hotel only served people like him. What are you doing? What did you say to Jiang Chen? How did he offend you? Why do you always? Before Li Yiren finished speaking, 2 more people walked out of the crowd. They were wearing black suits and Armani shirts inside the suits, looking very wealthy. Yiren, why are you arguing with Ziada Chang again? You? It's you? What are you doing here? Jiang Chen was very familiar with the person walking in front. He was afraid that he would never forget him in his life. That's right, this person was none other than Li Sis, the chairman of Mayo Sheng Investment. Uncle Li, needless to say, he must have heard about this and followed here quietly. This kind of person is really shameless. Zhu Chang saw that Li Sis was a little unhappy, so he quickly pointed at Jiang Chen and started talking. Zhu Chang might be afraid of Jiang Chen in the desert, but this is not a desert, and he will not indulge Jiang Chen. I'm telling you, don't bore yourself. Look at your own character. Are you worthy of my daughter? Li Sis said with a frown and disgust. A man in his 40s in long clothes beside him asked curiously, who is this? Oh, Mr. He, this man is not worth mentioning. He is a liar. He saw that my daughter was beautiful, so. Dad, what are you talking about? How is he a liar? You have your career, and he has his career. You didn't help him, but don't insult him like this. Career. Is building roads in the desert a career? Yiren, how did you learn this after so many years of studying? Can't you tell right from wrong? Li Sis was very angry, and Li Yiren was also very angry. The 2 of them were about to break down. Seeing this, Zhu Chang hurriedly fanned the flames and said, that's right, Yiren, you won't listen to me, no matter how I advise you. I don't understand what attracts you to this man, whose parents have died. Look at him, he is wearing rags. What's the difference between him and a beggar? Such a person coming to the hotel is simply, wait, what are you doing? You are here to stay, and so are we. Please be polite. Jiang Chen didn't say anything. The supervisors around him couldn't stand it any longer. When they saw that Jiang Chen brought a younger brother with him, Zhu Chang laughed again. It's true that we are here to stay, but you? Haha, if you come to stay, I'll twist my head off for you. Yes, the reason why Zhu Chang dared to be so arrogant was very simple. He knew that Jiang Chen relied on those roses, but if he wanted to sell roses, he had to build roads first. If he wanted to build roads, he needed construction teams and engineering cement. Could Jiang Chen get that? No. Because he had already acquired everything that Jiang Chen could use in Mojiang. Presumably, Jiang Chen's roses were rotting in the desert at this moment. Really? If I live here today, should I do it, or you do it yourself? Jiang Chen said coldly. He didn't like these people at all, including Li Yiren's father. You don't have to do it, I'll do it myself. Let me tell you, I'm going to make this bet with you today. If you can't do it, I won't make it difficult for you. Just kneel here and call me grandpa 100 times. Do you dare? Zhu Chang's face turned serious as he spoke. Jiang Chen was about to agree, but Li Yiren went up and grabbed his arm and said, Jiang Chen, don't bet with him. The hotel is already full and you can't check in at all. Let's go stay somewhere else. After Li Yiren finished speaking, he pulled Jiang Chen out, but Zhu Chang went up and grabbed Li Yiren's arm and shouted, Yiren, if he doesn't bet today, he's a bastard. You fucking. Even though he was a scholar, Guan Ku couldn't stand it anymore. He reached out to hit Zhu Chang, but Jiang Chen reached out to stop him. Let's bet. I won't make it difficult for you. Even if you lose, you have to call me grandpa 100 times. But you have to kneel down and shout. Do you dare? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Zhu Chang shouted, okay. Forget kneeling down and shouting. I can even run around washi naked and shout. Jiang Chen, don't bet with him. He's a lunatic. Li Yiren shook Zhu Chang off. She wanted to leave with Jiang Chen. Li Sis stretched out his hand and slapped Li Yiren in the face. Li Yiren felt a burning pain on her face. She burst into tears of grievance. If you protect this liar again today, I will break your legs. Li Sis said that he wanted to hit Li Yiren. Jiang Chen stretched out his hand and grabbed his arm. His teeth were creaking. Jiang Chen stared at Lisa's with anger like a ferocious hungry wolf. Lisa's was a little scared. I'll tell you one more thing. I'm not a liar. Haha, so many bosses can't book a room. You say you can. If you're not a liar, who are you? Lisa's also met Jiang Chen's gaze. He has been in the business world for so many years. How can a little kid compare to his experience and viciousness? Okay, Lisa's, what if I can stay here today? If you can stay here, I'll call you grandpa. How vicious is Lisa's vision? Jiang Chen was dressed so shabby, and his body was covered with mud. How could such a person live in a 6-star hotel that was already full? Okay, I won't let you call me grandpa either. I don't want an unfilial grandson like you. I'm going to stay here today. Li Yiren will come with me from now on. If you dare to touch her again, I'll break your legs. Okay, if you can't stay here, get out of here. Don't let me see you in this life, otherwise I'll make you live a life worse than death. After Lisa's finished speaking, he looked at the two people who were really angry. Zhu Chang was happy. That's right, he was worrying about how to provoke a conflict between Jiang Chen and Lisa's. Now, they started fighting each other. Oh, young man, you are still too young. You are doomed to fail this time. The hotel is full. Even if you know someone in the hotel, you may not be able to get in, unless you know the boss. That's right. How could I not know your background? Not to mention the hotel owner, even your village chief doesn't give you face. How funny. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Li Yiren covered her face with one hand, held Jiang Chen's arm with the other hand and said, Jiang Chen, ignore them. Let's go. I believe you will succeed, and when you succeed, they will naturally look up to you. Chapter 106, The Beijing Man. During these days, Li Yiren didn't contact Jiang Chen, but she was thinking about Jiang Chen every day, thinking about the man who planted little oases in the wind and sand, and harvested large roses in the wind and sand. She wanted to call him, but Jiang Chen tightly grasped Li Yiren's hand. He didn't move, he just stared at Lisa's and Zhu Chang with a pair of angry eyes. They humiliated him, they didn't treat him as a human being. If he didn't take revenge now, how could he be a human being in this life? Jiang Chen. Li Yiren saw that Jiang Chen didn't move. She shouted again in anger. She would rather suffer a little grievance than let Zhu Chang and Lisa's exhaust his last dignity. This young man is really good at bragging, but he's bragging in the wrong place this time. You know, this is the Urumqi International Hotel. No matter how rich you are, you can't see the boss. That's right, let's not leave yet, let's watch the fun first. Hey, you poor bastard, you're wearing dirty clothes. Look at the beautiful woman next to you. A toad can't even think of eating swan meat. Haha, that's right, such a beautiful girl, with this mud-legged guy. Hey, what a pity. Seeing that there was something exciting to watch, a group of people around stopped. That's right, who wouldn't watch the excitement? It would be a waste not to watch. What's more, it's a joke to watch the rich people humiliating the poor. Poor bastard, can you stay here? Hurry up and don't waste time. Fuck you, I want to beat you up. A fat man wearing black sunglasses in the crowd said as he sucked a mouthful of thick phlegm fiercely. TUI. The fat man sucked the phlegm and spit it at Jiang Chen. He was used to bullying the poor, and he couldn't control his mouth when there was a poor person. Do you think he was angry? Bang. Ugh. Before the thick phlegm could be spit out, Jiang Chen kicked him in the mouth. The thick phlegm was swallowed by him. The disgusting fat man vomited all over himself. The fat man vomited all over himself, and the people around him scattered. That's right, this guy didn't know what he ate, and his vomit was as smelly as shit. Your mother. The fat boss raised his briefcase and wanted to hit Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen had already dialed a number, and within 3 seconds, the call was connected. Hello, brother Jiang, why did you think of calling me? Are you coming to Urumqi? Boy, if you come to Urumqi, don't go anywhere else. Come and stay at my hotel. I will let you stay in the presidential suite right away. The person on the other end of the phone was Xie Wenfei, the big boss of Urumqi International Hotel. It had been almost a month since they last met in the hotel, and in this month, Jiang Chen had become a celebrity in Urumqi. Almost everyone at the dinner party had made money from Jiang Chen. Some had made more than billions, and some had made tens of millions, but he was the only one who had not made any money from Jiang Chen, so he was thinking about him every day. Boss Shen, I'm at your hotel. I came to your room key to do some business, and will leave tomorrow. By the way, the front desk said the hotel is full. Oh, it's really full. I almost forgot. There is a large auction to be held in my hotel in Urumqi tomorrow. But, Boss Jiang, don't worry, I'll call and have someone vacate the presidential suite for you. Someone is staying here. That's not good. It's okay. Who the hell is staying here? I'll give him a 50% discount card for the whole year and tell him to pack up and get out immediately. Just wait a minute, Brother Jiang. She Wenfei hung up the phone after he finished speaking. After the call was hung up, ZHU Chang suddenly laughed out loud. Damn, that's so funny. Who did you call? It can't be the phone number of your village store. This play is for your mother. Why don't you become an actor? After ZHU Chan finished speaking, a group of rich people looked at Jiang Chen's clothes covered in mud and laughed. That's right, this guy is a garbage collector. Why doesn't he change his clothes? Oh, garbage collectors can't afford to buy clothes. Next time come to our community to pick up garbage. I have unwanted clothes to throw to you. Jiang Chen looked at himself. Indeed, he was covered in mud. A few hours ago, he was still planting apricots in an apricot forest. There was no way that the Zhuang family would inevitably have some mud on their bodies. Jiang Chen. Li Yiren held Jiang Chen's hand tightly. Her branded clothes made Jiang Chen look even more rustic. However, Li Yiren did not dislike him at all. Perhaps she was forced into a corner by ZHU Chang and the others. Everyone has a rebellious heart. The more they prevented her from interacting with Jiang Chen, the more determined she would be to interact with Jiang Chen. It's okay. Stay here tonight. Mr. Shen is my friend. Haha, you are really good at bragging. Why don't you talk about Mr. Shen's father? Fuck. That's right. More and more young people nowadays. A group of people were talking about it. Suddenly, the elevator in the lobby beeped. A family came out of the elevator. There was a man, a woman, 3 children and 2 elderly people. They all had smiles on their faces. The woman in charge dragged the password box with one hand and took a card with the other. She was so happy that her mouth was about to be crooked. Honey, we are so lucky today. We were the only one to be selected out of thousands of rooms. You should know that this is a 50% discount card for the whole year. We will get a 50% discount for the whole year. It is really a great way to save money. Yeah, you are lucky to follow me. Let's go to the hotel across the street tonight and stay here tomorrow. We will save tens of thousands of dollars this night. Smart. The woman kissed her husband on the face, and the family walked out of the hotel happily. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of high heels rang out, and a sexy woman in professional attire came to the registration desk in the lobby. She walked over with a smile and asked the crowd, "Who is Mr. Jiang Chen? This is the presidential suite prepared for you by our boss. Please follow me." After the lobby manager with a charming smile said this, a group of people were stunned. Even ZHU Chang and Lises were so shocked that they couldn't speak for a long time. How could he? Ding-ling-ling. The vast sky. Hello, Brother Jiang. Have I delivered the key to the presidential suites to you? I have delivered it. Thank you, Mr. Shen. What are you thanking me for? We are brothers. I will have to rely on your support in the future. By the way, Brother Jiang, don't blame me for not drinking with you today. I'm in Beijing now and can't go back for a while. Brother Jiang, wait for me. I will push the clients back tomorrow and we will have a couple of drinks. Okay, I also have something I want to ask Brother Shen. See you tomorrow. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mr. She's cheerful smile rang from the other end of the phone. Okay, see you tomorrow. Feel free to order special services in the evening. It's on my behalf. Squeak. Jiang Chen felt a pain in the palm of his hand. He hurriedly shouted, "Ahem, Brother Shen, I'm busy. I'm hanging up." After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen looked at Lises and ZHU Chang who were confused. ZHU Chang and Lises were so shocked that they couldn't speak clearly. How is this possible? How do you know the boss? You are so poor. Before ZHU Chang finished speaking, Jiang Chen slapped him and after a loud slap, Zhu Chang fell to his knees. How dare you talk like that? Call me daddy. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhu Chang felt a chill. That's right, call me daddy. You made a bet with him, you should keep your word. Hurry up. Damn it, I want to beat you up. Chapter 107, Being beaten by others. The fat man who had swallowed his phlegm, after being kicked by Jiang Chen, kicked Zhu Chang on the back. The fat man was very strong, and kicked Zhu Chang to the ground. Damn it, I've long been fed up with you guys from Beijing. You think you have a few pennies, and look for superiority everywhere. Hurry up and call me daddy, or I'll beat you so hard, that you can't leave the hotel. A group of onlookers turned around, and were about to beat Zhu Chang. Jiang Chen didn't stop them. Zhu Chang was a dog, and they were not much better. It was so quiet at night, so why not let a few dogs bite him for fun? Bang, bang, bang. A man with gold-rimmed glasses grabbed Zhu Chang's head and slammed it to the ground. Zhu Chang felt a terrible headache. He struggled desperately. As soon as he broke free from the glasses man, he was grabbed by his legs and thrown against the stone pillar in the hall with a bang. Ah, it hurts, my waist, my waist. I shouted, Dad, forgive me, I was wrong. Zhu Chang struggled and shouted desperately. At this time, he had completely lost the momentum of the Zhu family in Shangjing. Let him go. He is a member of the Zhu family in Shangjing. If you don't want to die, get out of here. Lisa shouted at a group of people, and a group of people let go. It seems that the influence of the Zhu family is not small even in Wuxi. Fuck, do you know who I am? The fat man who first hit Zhu Chang walked up to Zhu Chang and asked. Zhu Chang wiped the blood from his nose and yelled, if I want to know you, you'd better die. I don't know you. Fuck you, you're really embarrassing the Zhu family. After saying that, the fat man punched Zhu Chang hard again. This punch knocked Zhu Chang unconscious. Zhu Chang fell to the ground and couldn't move. Lisa's hurriedly protected Zhu Chang. Although Zhu Chang was not born by the Zhu family's main wife, he was also quite favored by Zhu Dajiang. If he was beaten, it would be difficult for him to explain to the Zhu family when he returned to Beijing. What are you doing? Do you believe I called the police? Come and call the police. I tell you, the police here. When the wall falls, everyone pushes it. When a person is in trouble, he is beaten. Someone was about to beat Lisa's. Although Li Yiren hated this father, he was her father after all, so she rushed over and grabbed the guy who was about to hit him. Let go. If you don't let go, I'll call right away. You try to call. Get lost. Okay, let's go. Give this young boss some face today. Otherwise I would have beaten you two Beijing guys to death long ago. A group of people left swearing and cursing. After they left, Lisa's hurriedly shouted towards the front desk hall. Come and help. The man has been knocked unconscious. Help send him to the hospital. The hotel staff helped to call 120 and an ambulance arrived soon. After the doctor lifted Zhu Chang onto the stretcher, the hotel manager asked whether to call the police. Lisa shook his head. After all, a strong dragon cannot defeat a local snake. Besides, the fall today was originally Thiz, so just admit it. After the doctor carried Zhu Chang onto the stretcher, Lisa's followed the doctor into the ambulance. As soon as Lisa's got into the car, he looked at Li Yiren in the hall and shouted, why are you still standing there? Come with me to the hospital quickly. If the Zhu family gets angry this time, Dad's company will be out of business. After Lisa's finished speaking, Li Yiren was not willing to go to the hospital to take care of Zhu Chang. She hated this man to begin with, but her father insisted on bringing her up with this Zhu Chang, and he didn't consider her feelings at all. Still standing there. You lose. Li Yiren, come with me. You want to deny it, right? The doctor over there urged. Jiang Chen looked at Lisa's and said coldly. Lisa's glared at Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen glared at him without giving in. If you want to go, go by yourself. I won't take care of him. He did it on his own, and it has nothing to do with me. Li Yiren said firmly. Lisa's was so angry that he raised his hand to hit Li Yiren. Jiang Chen reached out and grabbed his arm and said coldly, "Since I can stay in the Washi hotel today, I have a way to make you die here." I said, "If you ignore me, I will make you out of your reach, starting now." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Sis looked at Jiang Chen, who was full of confidence and like a lone wolf. He knew that this was Washi, not Shangjing, so, okay, let's wait and see. Let's see who is out of reach. Li Yiren, you can stay if you want to. If you dare to do something you shouldn't do, I will no longer have you as my daughter. After Li Sis finished speaking, he turned around and got into the ambulance. Although Li Yiren hated him, he was her father after all, so she was so angry that she picked up her bag and shouted, "I will never go to the hospital to see Zhu Chang." The ambulance drove away, and the Urumqi International Hotel returned to peace. It was late at night. Jiang Chen saw that Li Yiren was alone, so he hurriedly invited Li Yiren to sleep in his presidential suite. Li Yiren shook her head and refused. After all, although she hated Zhu Chang, but Jiang Chen saw that Li Yiren was determined not to stay in the Urumqi International Hotel. He sighed and had to go to sleep by himself. After all, he had been driving for such a long time and was really sleepy. Li Yiren frowned when she saw Jiang Chen was leaving. He was really a blockhead. He left without my permission. Wait, what's wrong? Or, accompany me for a walk outside. Jiang Chen left her alone in Urumqi, a place she was not familiar with. How could he really have the heart to sleep? Well, okay, Manager Guan, you go to rest first. Tomorrow I will rely on you. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he handed the key to Guan Ku, who nodded and went upstairs. At the entrance of the hotel, the night in Urumqi was a little chilly. Jiang Chen and Li Yiren sat on the recliners by the roadside. Jiang Chen looked up at the endless stream of vehicles on the street and was stunned for a moment. That's right, he had been used to the quiet world in the desert for more than half a month, and the hustle and bustle of the traffic suddenly became a little strange to him. Jiang Chen, thank you today. No need. They were too pretentious. Besides, it was the people of Washi who taught him a lesson. Well, Jiang Chen, why haven't you talked to me since you left last time? Are you still angry with my father? After Li Yiren finished speaking, he raised his head and looked at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen looked at the bustling streets. After a long time, he lowered his head and said, "No, I've been busy lately. I don't believe it. If you are busy, how can you still have time to take pictures of exotic beauties? I think you have forgotten me now that you have money. Hey, I was the first one to see you when you were down and out. You still owe me a favor." After Li Yiren finished speaking, he stood up from the recliner. It was already 3 o'clock in the morning. The pedestrians on the street were gradually sparse. Li Yiren's black pantyhose stretched the shadow of her legs very long. "I'm leaving. You go back now. You have to repay the favor today. From now on, we'll just be strangers." After saying this, Li Yiren turned around and tried to leave. A few homeless people came over from the corner, dragging dirty snackerskin bags and holding bottles of white wine in their hands, reeking of alcohol. They stopped when they came to Li Yiren. Under the orange light, they looked at this beautiful woman with long legs, big eyes and dimples walking alone, and they instantly had an instinctive reaction. Chapter 108 Northwest Wind and Cloud Auction. "You, what are you doing?" Several homeless people dropped the bottles in their hands and approached Li Yiren. Li Yiren hurriedly stepped back a few steps. The homeless people didn't say anything. They walked towards Li Yiren faster. Just when they were about to catch Li Yiren, a big foot kicked the homeless person in front to the ground with a bang. Jiang Chen stood in front of the homeless people. He was very tall. The light stretched his shadow very long. In the night, he looked like a majestic god of death. A group of homeless people stared at Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen also stared at them with his eyes. After a long time, a homeless person picked up the bottle on the ground and dragged the snackerskin bag away. The other homeless people followed him and walked away. After the homeless people left, Li Yiren's slender legs kept shaking. "It's okay, don't be afraid," Jiang Chen said as he clenched Li Yiren's hand. Li Yiren's shoulders shook, and tears as big as beans slid down her face in an instant. "Squad leader, let's go. I'll take you back to the hotel." Jiang Chen wanted to pull Li Yiren away as he spoke. After the incident that night, Li Yiren's frightened heart could not calm down. "My legs are weak." Li Yiren spoke a little weakly. "Then, I'll carry you, squad leader." Jiang Chen squatted down after speaking. Li Yiren reached out to wipe the tears from her face. She stretched out her hands and lay on Jiang Chen's broad shoulders. It was this real man who calmed her uneasy heart. Li Yiren lay on Jiang Chen's back. Because it was spring, they were all wearing very little. Jiang Chen felt two soft things on his back. This thing pressed on him and made Jiang Chen's heart beat. As the night fell in Wuchang, a long line formed outside the hotel. They were anxiously waiting to enter the Wuchang International Hotel with their invitations. Jiang Chen saw that everyone was dressed in luxurious clothes at the entrance of the hotel. They were either from large Chinese families or leaders in various industries in China. At 7 o'clock, the night had just fallen in Wuchang, and the auction began. The auction was held in the large conference room of the Wuchang International Hotel, which could accommodate thousands of people. At this moment, the auction site was also full of guests from all directions. "Hello everyone, welcome to the Northwest Feng'an auction. Now let me introduce the guests and leaders who have come to the scene. First of all, applause to welcome Governor Li of Xin Province to the scene." The host finished with exciting words, and a person stood up in the middle of the first row of the auction. He waved to everyone, and the host hurriedly introduced, "Next, please invite Governor Li to speak." Governor Li nodded and walked to the center of the stage with the microphone. He stood in the center of the stage and warm applause rang out around him. "First of all, welcome to Xin Province. Xin Province is a beautiful place with great investment potential. I sincerely invite you to attend the investment promotion meeting tomorrow night." After Governor Li finished speaking, there was another round of applause from the audience. Jiang Chen looked at Governor Li on the stage. He was in his 50s, a little thin, with some gray hair on his temples. He looked very kind and a man of action. "In addition, we are holding the Northwest Feng'an auction today, which is one of the top auctions in China. Here, I wish you all can find something you like. That's all I have to say. Thank you." After Governor Li finished speaking, he walked off the stage amid applause. After the governor returned to his seat, the abbot soon continued to introduce the guests. It was already 7:30 after the introduction of the guests. At 40 minutes past the starting point, the first auction item finally made its grand debut. It was a ceramic bottle with a starting price of 100,000 yuan. There were not many bidders, and it soon ended its auction career at 400,000 yuan. Then, many other items were put on the auction table, but they were all antiques, calligraphy, and paintings. Jiang Chen was not a collector, so he naturally had no interest in buying them. Time passed by little, and the night of Wuxi was filled. Many wealthy people were disappointed to see that the items being auctioned were all small things. In previous years, Northwest Feng'an could always auction off some exciting items, but this year was really disappointing. So many people left before 9 o'clock. Seeing someone leaving, the organizer hurriedly signaled to bid for something valuable. Soon, the host waved his hand and shouted, "It's time for some exciting items." The next item to be auctioned is a Burmese jade bracelet. Don't underestimate this bracelet. This bracelet is a rare Burmese full green bracelet. Now announce its starting price. 8 million yuan. Soon, a beautiful girl brought a wooden box to the stage. After opening the wooden box, a piece of emerald green jade wrapped in silk was found inside. Jade is most valuable for its green color. Anything with a little green will start at 100,000 yuan, not to mention that this bracelet is full of green. Wow. What a beautiful jade bracelet. I want it. Jiang Chen sat in the third row. The people in the first few rows were all big families from various cities. The reason why Jiang Chen could sit here was also thanks to the boss of Shanghai Group. Jiang Chen was in front, and behind several ladies in their 30s, who had a special feeling for jade. That's right. What a beautiful full green jadeite. Husband, bid for it. 8.5 million. Someone in the crowd shouted out a price. Before the voice died down, someone in the first row shouted, 9 million. 10 million. 10.5 million. The price of jadeite bracelets soared. The wealthy people who wanted to get up and leave also returned to the auction site. Jiang Chen looked at the full green jadeite. The jadeite bracelet was good, but there was only one, not a pair, so its value was much less after all. Honey, I want it. Hurry up and pay more. The girl next to Jiang Chen saw that the bracelet was sold for 12 million. She started to act like a spoiled child again. She was in her 20s, and the old man sitting next to her was already in his 40s. When the old man saw that the girl wanted it, he raised his hand and shouted, 15 million. After the old man shouted, the surroundings became quiet. Yes, although the full green jadeite is expensive, there is only one after all, and the host just introduced that this bracelet is smaller than ordinary bracelets, and it is a single piece, so its value is naturally not comparable to ordinary full green jadeite bracelets. 15 million. 15 million. Is there a higher price than this? The venue was silent. The host waited for a while, and saw that no one raised the price. He was ready to raise the hammer in his hand. As long as this hammer went down, this bracelet would. What are you looking at? You can't afford it, but you're still sitting here. You haven't bid a single thing since the auction started, and you're sitting next to me and it stinks. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 109, Full Green Jade. 109 Full green jade in the auction hall. The old man next to Jiang Chen bid 15 million for the full green jade bracelet, and the host on the stage became happy. That's right, he gets a commission for everything he bids. So, the host on the stage smiled at the old man and said, this gentleman bids 15 million. One last time, is there a higher price than 15 million? If not, I'll knock on the hammer. After the host finished speaking, the fashionable girl next to the old man spat at Jiang Chen. She hated Jiang Chen very much, not because of anything else, but because the old man's eyes always stared at his girlfriend from time to time, which made the little woman jealous, and a woman's jealousy is the most terrible. Jiang Chen really wanted to get mad at this moment. Do I have to bid some junk to make people smell good? Who do you say stinks? I'm saying you stink. I really don't understand how a poor person like you who doesn't take pictures of anything got in. Who do you say got in? You're pretending not to understand. Haha, I said you got in. Also, you were sitting in the third row. You must have picked up the admission ticket. You didn't take a picture of anything, and just looked around. I think you are. Say it to me again. Jiang Chen said coldly. Li Yiren, who was sitting next to him, panicked and pulled his hand and said, Jiang Chen, don't bother with her. After Li Yiren finished speaking, the sexy girl suddenly became unhappy. She hated Vixen like Li Yiren. Now that she saw Li Yiren speaking, she became even more angry. What's the matter? Don't bother with me. Did I bother with you? You Vixen, don't think I didn't see you seducing my husband as soon as you came in. I'm telling you, believe it or not, I'm going to slap you right now. The girl raised her hand angrily after saying that. She had long disliked Li Yiren. After this guy sat here, the old man's eyes never left her. What did this vixen want to step on her to get to the top? Say it again. Jiang Chen also stood up instantly. The girl pointed at Jiang Chen and shouted, poor bastards. I said, what's wrong with you two sluts? You don't have money and you want to come here to hook up with men. I've seen a lot of bitches like you. Bang. Jiang Chen never indulges others, no matter whether they are poor or rich. Although he is sympathetic to women, the premise is that you have to be fragrant and jade. You dare to hit me, husband? Hurry up and get someone to beat him up. Damn it, he dares to hit my wife. Look at me. Seeing that the two sides were about to fight, the auction venue became a little chaotic, and there was a commotion in the back. Soon a man in a suit rushed over from the front row. After he came over, he pointed at the old man and Jiang Chen and shouted, Governor Li told you to be quiet. If you don't obey, get out now and never show up in Xin province again. After the man in the suit finished speaking, the old man saw that the governor had spoken, so he hurriedly sat down in his seat obediently. After he sat down, he replied respectfully, it's okay, we are just old friends meeting. We are so excited, so we exchanged greetings. Please let the governor rest assured. We have caused trouble just now. Although the old man had a little money, the governor had spoken, so he dared to act here. HMPH, husband, help them get revenge. Today we must drive these two poor bitches out. Sit down. Get out of here. If you say another word. The man in the suit shouted angrily, and the old man hurriedly pulled the little woman to sit down. The little woman was still mumbling, and the man in the suit came up and was about to pull her away. The old man hurriedly apologized. Leader, I'll make her quiet down. I'll make her quiet down. After the old man finished speaking, he slapped the woman in the face and shouted, you want to kill me, don't you? If you don't want to die, shut up now. The little woman saw that the old man was really angry, and she was scared. After all, as a mistress, she had always been very pampered. This was the first time the old man hit her. After the old man slapped the little woman sat down quietly. The man in the suit pointed at him and shouted, if you make any more noise, I'll arrest you and lock you up. No noise, no noise. The old man said with a smile, and the man in the suit walked forward. After the man in the suit left, the old man looked at Jiang Chen and said fiercely, poor bastard, just wait for me, I'll kill you when you get out of this door. Oh, wait until you kill me. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he also sat down. Jiang Chen could have killed him right away, but this was Urumqi after all, not in the desert, and Governor Li was also there, so he had to give him some consideration. After a few people sat down, the entire auction hall became quiet again. The auction continued. The host held a hammer and shouted to the crowd, a full green jade bracelet, 15 million. Is there a higher price? 16 million. A young man's voice rang out in the crowd. After that voice rang out, the little woman next to Jiang Chen turned around and twisted the old man's arm and started to act coquettishly. I want it. I want it. Okay, I'll offer 17 million. The old man looked at Jiang Chen proudly. After he finished speaking, Jiang Chen ignored him. After all, he came here today just to take over the butterfly love flower shop. He was not interested in anything else. HMPH, poor bastard. What's the point of looking so pretty? Finding a loser who can only envy us. The girl looked at Li Yiren with a smug look after she finished speaking. Li Yiren lowered her head. She had to admit that she also liked the bracelet very much. Besides, women tend to be competitive, not to mention that she was being insulted like this. 20 million. The young man's bidding was heard again in the distance, and this time there was an uproar in the crowd. Wow, whose son is this? This jade is not worth the price at all, not to mention that it is so small that ordinary girls can't wear it at all. That's right, but who cares about this for rich people? It must be the second generation of rich people from Beijing. Husband, keep bidding. HMPH, I just don't want to lose to others. 20 million. When the old man saw someone bidding 20 million, he hesitated and didn't dare to follow. Scream. Wait, there will be something good later. This thing is not worth this price. The old man was silent. After he finished speaking, the young woman felt embarrassed, and she hit and kicked the old man. You are incompetent. You are incompetent. Haha. Jiang Chen couldn't help but sneer. As soon as he finished laughing, the young woman pointed at Jiang Chen and scolded him. What are you laughing at? It's better than not daring to raise your sign. Jiang Chen relaxed his shoulders. He didn't care. He was already past the age of showing off, although he was only 19 years old. Is there a higher price than 20 million? Is there any? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Bang. After the host finished speaking, he rang the hammer, and the hammer was final. Congratulations to the young man here for winning this full green jade bracelet. This is the first item in this auction that has exceeded 20 million. Then please invite the auctioneer to the stage to receive the treasure. Chapter 110. Rich Man and Beautiful Woman. After the host finished speaking, a young man from the first row of the audience walked up. The young man was older than Jiang Chen, wearing a black leather jacket, jeans, and a pair of leather boots. His hair was shiny, but his face was bruised and swollen. He walked with a limp, and there was a bandage on his left arm. When he walked to the center of the stage, the young man reached out to take the microphone. He held the microphone and looked at Jiang Chen. Today, I bought this collection because I want to give it to my favorite person. Today is her 19th birthday. I want to tell her, give the rest of your life to me, and let me take care of you for the rest of your life. After the young man finished speaking, the whole venue burst into warm applause. Compared with the auction in Beijing, the Northwest Windbreaker auction has a feature. It allows the bidder to speak on the stage, and then greatly satisfies the bidder's desire to show off. So many rich people like to come to the Northwest Wind and Cloud auction to show off. Oh no, to bid for collections. Wow, so romantic. A thin girl in the crowd covered her mouth and shouted. As soon as she finished shouting, a noble lady behind Jiang Chen looked at the young man on the stage and praised him. Haha, the rich people nowadays are different from our time. A casual proposal costs 20 million. I really want to know what the person he is proposing to looks like, but she must be very beautiful. Not only others, but even the little woman who hates Jiang Chen said with envy. Wow, it would be great if I could find a boyfriend like this. After the little woman finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at her curiously and asked, aren't you married? Whether I'm married or not is none of your business, poor bastard. Then whether I shoot something or not is none of your business, you two-timing. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the little woman was about to explode. That's right, she had never met a man with such a clever mouth. She pointed at Jiang Chen and kept saying you. The old man next to her also pointed at the little woman and shouted, you are two-timing. I didn't. You believe his nonsense? Humph, I think you want to find his woman to frame me, right? The two people started arguing while talking. While they were arguing, Jiang Chen was enjoying himself and leaning back on the chair with his legs crossed. That's right, you are still far from being able to fight with me. Wow, to be liked by such a young man, she must be a peerless beauty. Is she here? Seeing that the atmosphere was just right, the host hurriedly set the pace. That's right, if he didn't set the pace now, when would he? An excellent host is like this. He should push the venue to a climax again and again according to the situation on the scene at any time and place. Only then can he be considered an excellent host. After the host finished speaking, the young man nodded and said, yes, she is at the venue. Now I would like to ask everyone to be my witness. I want to propose to her in person. Wow, this gentleman is proposing. That's great. Come on, where are the applause? After the host finished speaking, the whole audience soon burst into warm applause. The little woman next to Jiang Chen was so moved that she was about to cry. While wiping her tears, she did not forget to stare at Jiang Chen and Li Yiren. Jiang Chen opened his eyes wide and looked at the venue. That figure looked so familiar. What are you looking at? Humph, if I can't afford it, can you afford it? Bitch. The little woman saw Li Yiren turning his head to look at her, and she spoke viciously. As soon as she finished speaking, the young man on the stage had already limped towards Li Yiren with the jade bracelet. After he walked to Jiang Chen's side with everyone's eyes, Jiang Chen suddenly realized that this guy was actually Zhu Chang. It seems that the beating yesterday was too light. Zhu Chang knelt on one knee in front of Li Yiren under the gaze of everyone, and the host even ran over to take the microphone and pointed it at his mouth. Li Yiren, give up this loser and be my girlfriend. I'm willing to take care of you for the rest of my life. Also, I will give you endless money, a big villa, and everything you want. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, everyone's eyes turned to Li Yiren, and of course Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen was suddenly caught in the crossfire for no apparent reason. Wow, she's indeed the one the young master likes. She's so stunningly beautiful. The host picked up the microphone and did not forget to set the tone. A group of people around looked at Li Yiren. When they saw that Li Yiren was as dignified, beautiful, fashionable and noble as Tong Liya, they all widened their eyes in surprise. Wow, she's really beautiful. Wow, I'm so envious. I also want to be proposed to like this. A rich man and a beautiful woman, they are really a perfect match. Hey, who's sitting next to her? Why do I feel like a golden boy and a jade girl sitting with her? That guy, he's wearing such rags, you can tell at first glance that he's a poor guy. What era is this? There's no such thing as a golden boy and a jade girl, it's all about money and beauty. Promise him, abandon that pauper, and go with him. Go with him. Damn, that pauper is so shameless. Why doesn't he just leave? Jiang Chen was really speechless. What the hell does it have to do with you guys, whether I leave or not? Can you please understand clearly before you make a fuss? Yi Ran, happy birthday. Promise me. This poor guy can't give you a future. His scenic spot has closed down, and he still has a 2 billion loan from the bank. You can only live a cowardly life with him. So, Yi Ran, come with me. Zhu Chang raised the green jadeite in his hand after he finished speaking. You should know that this is a jadeite worth 20 million. Zhu Chang has never spent so much money to pick up girls. Of course, the reason why he is willing to spend so much money today is to humiliate Jiang Chen in front of everyone. He wants to make Jiang Chen lose face and let Jiang Chen know the pain of being humiliated yesterday. He also believes in himself because no woman can resist his sweet words and money. Marry him. Marry him. The people around clapped and shouted rhythmically, and even the little woman who laughed at Li Yiran just now clapped and cheered. Marry her. Humph, poor bastard. He proposed to your girlfriend in person. What can you do? You just watched your girlfriend being taken away by a rich man. Humph, you deserve it. After the little woman finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled. He knew Li Yiran, and Li Yiran was not the kind of person who only cared about money. Moreover, even if she was the kind of person who only cared about money, what did it have to do with him? He was just a person who came to shoot the butterfly lover's flower shop. Sorry, we are not suitable. In the eyes and expectations of everyone, Li Yiran smiled and shook her head. When she smiled, 2 dimples the size of rice grains appeared at the corners of her mouth, which was really beautiful. Wow, so beautiful, these dimples, these big eyes, so charming. I feel like my heartbeat is about to overspeed. Chapter 111, Heart of the Desert. At the auction, thousands of people watched Zhu Chang and Li Yiran propose to each other. Many people were moved to tears. Jiang Chen couldn't help but sigh. Your tears are really worthless. Li Yiran rejected Zhu Chang, which made Zhu Chang's face instantly embarrassed and turned the color of liver. Not only that, in front of everyone, Li Yiran also reached out and held Jiang Chen's arm. Jiang Chen was also stunned. So many people were staring at him. They wanted to kill him. Zhu Chang, who was kneeling, saw that Li Yiran rejected him. Zhu Chang was angry. He had grown up so much, and Li Yiran was the first woman to reject him. Why? Why do you have to be with a waste? Water flows to the low places and people look up to the high places. Am I not better than him, Jiang Chen? Zhu Chang almost roared. He got up from the ground and pointed at Jiang Chen and shouted. Li Yiran thought about it. She stretched out her arm. Her fingers were slender and white. Her arms were round and smooth. Li Yiran was very tall, so her arms were long. Can you help me put it on and try it on? Li Yiran said as he looked at Zhu Chang. Zhu Chang was overjoyed when he heard it. As expected, no matter how noble you are, what can it matter? You have to know that this is a bracelet worth 20 million. There is no woman in this world who can resist the temptation of jewelry. If there is, it means that the jewelry is not valuable enough. Okay, I'll put it on you right away. Zhu Chang said with a happy face as he picked up the jadeite and was about to put it on Li Yiran. The venue was very quiet, so quiet that you could hear a pin drop. Zhu Chang carefully took the jadeite and was about to put it on Li Yiran, but he found that Li Yiran's wrist was very big and the bracelet was very small, so it couldn't be put on at all. So Zhu Chang was dumbfounded for a moment. This, how can I not wear this? You, what kind of broken bracelets are you selling? After Zhu Chang shouted, the host saw that Zhu Chang failed and wanted to find an excuse. He hurriedly said, our bracelets are originally one size smaller. We emphasized this when we auctioned it just now. After the host finished speaking, Li Yiran withdrew her hand. She looked at Zhu Chang with her big and charming eyes. Zhu Chang wanted to die at this moment. Everything was ready, but his tool for picking up girls was not effective. Look, I said, we are not suitable. Zhu Chang, don't always think about me. I already have someone in my heart. No matter if he has money or not, I like him. Even if he gives me a pull ring as a ring, I will say I do. Understand? Since ancient times, beautiful women have been paired with heroes, and Jiang Chen is the one who dared to challenge the death desert before the world. Such a person is a hero in Li Yiren's eyes. You, just wait and regret it. I will make him live a life worse than death. A damn poor bastard. Poor bastards should not be alive. You will wait. Zhu Chang's eyes were filled with anger. Today he lost money and was embarrassed. How could he not be angry? Moreover, in front of so many people, not only did he not embarrass Jiang Chen, but the other party made him lose face without saying a word. When has he, Zhu Chang, ever suffered such humiliation? Zhu Chang, I said, what happened between us has nothing to do with him. Li Yiren also stood up angrily. When Li Yiren stood up, she was actually taller than Zhu Chang. There was nothing he could do. They were about the same height, but Li Yiren was still wearing high heels. Wow, she is really a beauty. She is really tall, and has a really. I tell you, if I say it has something to do with him, then it has something to do with him. Li Yiren, I tell you, if you don't leave him for a day, you are against me. If you are against me, you are against the Zhu family in Beijing. If you are against my Zhu family in Shangjing, I will make you die ugly. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, the people who were originally laughing at him were instantly speechless. Oh my god, this guy is actually from the Zhu family in Shangjing. No wonder he is so domineering. That poor guy's in trouble now. He has offended the Zhu family in Shangjing. How can he survive in China? Although this woman is beautiful, she doesn't understand the ways of the world. You know, being able to marry into the Zhu family means several lifetimes of wealth and glory. A group of people started to worry about Li Yiren and Jiang Chen, but Jiang Chen said indifferently, what's wrong with going against a pig? Let alone a pig. Even if it is a dog that doesn't listen, I will teach it a lesson. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of people laughed. The rich old man next to Jiang Chen gasped, you poor bastard, you are courting death. You. Say another word to me. Zhu Chang was about to fight Jiang Chen to death, but Li Sis hurriedly stopped him and said, be careful of the impact. Governor Li is here, and the Zhu family is also preparing to enter the new province's industry, so don't mess up the Zhu family's plan. After Li Sis finished speaking, Zhu Chang gritted his teeth and said, okay, Jiang Chen, I'll let you go today, we'll see. Just wait and see me kill you. Zhu Chang turned around and left with the bracelet. After Zhu Chang left, Li Sis glared at Li Yiren fiercely and turned around to follow him. The host stood there in a daze. What the hell was going on? Not only did he not create the atmosphere, but he also screwed up. Now that the auction is over, the boss will have to deduct his bonus for the whole year. When the host thought of money, his eyes turned red. When he looked at Jiang Chen, he wanted to tear this guy apart. That's right, if it weren't for this poor guy, he would have promoted a beautiful marriage. Why are you still standing there? Come down and continue the auction. Just when the scene was out of control, the auction planner ran over and kicked the host hard. The host was instantly awakened. He hurriedly took the microphone and shouted, it was just a small episode just now, a small episode. Now I announce that the first rare treasure of this auction is officially open. Everyone be quiet, please show the treasure. After the host finished speaking, a person wearing an expensive white wedding dress came from the backstage. The cameraman hurriedly aimed the camera at her. The model was tall and graceful. She was dazzling in the wedding dress. Of course, what was more attractive was the blue gem like the sea hanging under her white collarbone. Is this a sapphire? I have seen sapphires the size of pigeon eggs, but I have never seen a sapphire this big, and of such high purity. Yes, is this sapphire real? It doesn't look fake, and the purity of this blue is really high. Many jewelry experts in the crowd started to discuss. When everyone's attention was attracted, the host hurriedly shouted, yes, it is this sapphire necklace. It is called the heart of the desert. This sapphire necklace is made of the purest Central Asian sapphire as the main material, and is supplemented by diamonds inlaid around it, plus a gold pendant. This is simply the greatest gift from nature. After the host finished speaking, Li Yiren looked at the heart of the desert and her eyes lit up instantly. The heart of the desert seemed to have a magical power that attracted her, and this magic fascinated her. Of course, Jiang Chen was also like this at the moment. Chapter 112 I'll pay 10 billion. Heart of the Desert? This name is so familiar. Jiang Chen seemed to have heard it somewhere. Oh, right. I remember it. It's in my grandfather's diary. Jiang Chen's grandfather wrote in his diary that their expedition team found an ancient city buried underground in the desert. They lost their way in the ancient city. Fortunately, their captain found a sapphire inlaid on the gate of the palace in the ancient city. The sapphire pointed them in the direction and saved them, so they called this sapphire the heart of the desert. When Jiang Chen thought of this, he looked at the gem that shone with blue light like the sea and couldn't help getting excited. I didn't expect it to be brought out of the desert. Now that I have found it here today, I can't let it drift anymore. When Jiang Chen thought of this, he was ready to take it down. No matter how much it cost, he would take down the gem recorded by his grandfather. Let's start bidding now. This is the only sapphire in the world with such high purity and such a large size. Moreover, it is rumored that it is the symbol of the lost ancient desert country, so it is not easy to get it. Therefore, its starting price is 100 million. Bidding starts now. After the host shouted, several jewelers in the audience could not sit still. 300 million. Danglai Jewelry shouted, and soon another jeweler followed suit. 500 million. Fengxiang Jewelry shouted, and the bidding sounded in the conference room. 700 million. 800 million. 900 million. People seemed to have no intention of stopping. Jiang Chen did not say anything. He knew that such a good gem necklace could not be bought for billions. After all, the gem was surrounded by a circle of diamonds. This thing could only be bought for tens of billions. Therefore, he was waiting for the final price. He did not want to waste his breath. Wow, what a beautiful sapphire. If I could get it, I would be willing to work like a slave for it. Jiang Chen didn't say anything, but the little woman beside Jiang Chen started talking with a philandering look on her face. After the little woman finished speaking, the old man also said, ordinary people can't afford such sapphires. I'm afraid only the big families in Beijing and Shanghai can afford them. So don't dream. Who would want something like yours if others can buy it? After the old man finished speaking, the little woman was about to quarrel with him again. Li Yiren looked at the heart of the desert for a long time. She couldn't help but smile bitterly and lowered her head. She had to say that she really liked this sapphire necklace, and the asking price for this sapphire had reached more than 2 billion at the moment. Do you like it? Jiang Chen asked Li Yiren softly. Li Yiren nodded without thinking. As soon as she nodded, Jiang Chen smiled and said, then I'll buy it for you. It's my birthday present. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the little woman beside him burst out laughing. You are so good at pretending. This is the first time I've seen such a boastful person. You are so poor that you are stupid. You think you can afford to buy the desert heart to coax others because they give up the rich boy. Even if you sell your kidney, you can't get a small part of it, okay? You are really stupid. That's right, young people nowadays have no concept of 100 million, right? Do you know how much 2 billion is? The old man also mocked, but at this moment Jiang Chen had already raised one of his fingers. 2 billion, 2 billion, is there any higher? Oh, this gentleman over here is offering 2.1 billion, 2.1 billion, is there any higher? The host looked towards Jiang Chen, but when he saw that it was Jiang Chen, he was so angry that he almost threw the microphone. What a time for a poor guy like you to join in the fun. If something goes wrong with the auction, will he still have his job? I'll offer 2.2 billion. I'll offer 3 billion. Damn it. I'll offer 5 billion. Who's going to compete with me? A scarred man in the crowd stood up and shouted. After he finished speaking, the entire auction side suddenly fell silent. That's right, a rich man who can take out 5 billion at a time. He is really the richest of the rich. In the crowd, Jiang Chen stretched out another finger. His fingers were slender and white, not like someone who farms in the desert at all. The host on the stage saw Jiang Chen. He wanted to pretend not to see him out of disgust, but suddenly thought, damn, after this time, he might not be able to survive in the new province, so why not report him and make him lose face? Thinking of this, the host shouted to Jiang Chen, this poor bastard here adds 100 million. Oh no, this gentleman here adds 100 million. Damn it, I'll add 500 million. You dare to compete with me? I'll beat you to death. Scarface said, and the woman in red clothes sitting next to him stood up, hugged him and kissed him, shouting, "Husband, you are so great, I like you so much." Scarface was kissed by the beauty and immediately became happy. That's right, he is the owner of a jewelry store. He is a jewelry tycoon in Washi. He has more than a dozen stores in Washi, and his annual income is several hundred million. This gentleman adds 500 million. You are still going to add it. If you don't have money to add it, sit down quickly. Don't embarrass yourself later. The abbot said coldly, and soon after the people at the auction recognized that the one who raised his hand was the poor bastard that Li Yiren was going to marry just now. They burst into laughter. Come on, knock on the door. He has no money. He borrowed 2 billion to build a road in the desert, and he lost it all long ago. Zhu Chang stood up again in the crowd. He was worried that he had no chance to insult Jiang Chen. Now Jiang Chen jumped out by himself. It was really thoughtful that someone gave him a face when he was itching to do something. Borrowing 2 billion to build a road in the desert. Why the hell don't you go to heaven? This young man, there is sand in his head. Fuck, I don't know why such a beautiful woman fell in love with this idiot. There were many people scolding Jiang Chen at the auction. Jiang Chen stood up from his seat. He smiled faintly and said, "If you have poor eyesight, don't be an auctioneer. Can't you understand what my fingers mean? I'm not adding 100 million, I'm saying 10 billion. Jiang Chen said lightly, and the whole venue was boiling in an instant. What? 10 billion? This young man can have 10 billion? He's such a boaster. Oh my god, do people brag without thinking now? That's right, the guy who just lowered his head after being slapped in the face by the poor guy now actually says that he has 10 billion. It's really, ha ha ha. This poor, oh no, this gentleman offers 10 billion. Are you still willing to follow?" The host showed a smile at the corner of his mouth. "It's okay to pretend, but if you can't pay later, haha, don't blame the people at the auction house for chopping you off and feeding you to the dogs. Fuck, you're crazy. Damn it, what can be worth 10 billion? I'll give it to you." Scarface said as he sat back on the stool with a plop, and the woman in red beside him instantly deflated like a deflated ball. At the same time, the stunned young woman and the old man were also instantly dumbfounded. How is that possible? You dare to ask for 10 billion, but you will die miserably if you don't have money later. Believe it or not, the grass on the grave of the last person who pretended like this has grown very tall. After the old man finished speaking, the little woman reacted and laughed at him. HMPH, you dare to pretend to be a rich man in front of a woman when you have no money. Just wait, you vain woman. Just wait until you two bitches are thrown out to feed the dogs together. After the little woman finished speaking, Jiang Chen ignored her because the host signaled him to go on stage. Jiang Chen stood up and walked straight to the auction table. When he got on the stage, Jiang Chen first took the microphone, then smiled at Li Yiren and said, "Yiren, happy birthday. I don't have anything good to give you. I hope you like this little gift." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren was dumbfounded. She wanted to run over and grab Jiang Chen, but so many people were watching her. At this moment, Li Yiren was as anxious as an ant on a hot pot. Chapter 139 Just a Dog. Jiang Chen, what are you doing? Isn't it just a few words from Zhu Chang? Do you have to do this? If you can't pay later, how can they let you go? And, I can't help you with this 10 billion. Li Yiren looked at Jiang Chen on the stage and stomped her feet in anger. At this moment, as soon as Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhu Chang jumped onto the auction table. He walked straight to Jiang Chen, grabbed the microphone from the host and shouted, "Jiang Chen, you are rich, right? If you want to pick up girls, you have to rely on your strength. Do you know what strength is? Look at my Armani leather jacket. Look at my Apple phone. Smell the perfume I use. Well, your perfume is a bit sexy." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, there was a sudden loud roar, and the whole audience laughed. Oh my god, this guy's not only handsome, but also so witty and humorous. He is really strong. No wonder he can win the heart of a beautiful woman. That's right. I just found out that he seems to be very calm and composed. On the auction stage, Zhu Chang's face turned pale with anger. He pointed at Jiang Chen and said, "You for a long time. He didn't know what to say for a while. After a while, he shouted, You have money to pay off the loan you owe to my family first. Don't be so pretentious when you owe money. After Zhu Chan finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head and smiled. Sorry, I paid it back yesterday. Impossible. Impossible. How can you have 2 billion? You are lying. I'm telling you that I will call you right now. After Zhu Chan finished speaking, he took out his mobile phone. Jiang Chen stretched out his hand to signal him to call. Zhu Chan quickly dialed a number and pressed the hands-free button. The Nazi host on the other side hurriedly pointed the microphone at Zhu Chan's mobile phone. After a few beeps, the phone was connected. Hello. Can you please stop calling me in the middle of the night? Gan Yao's impatient voice came from the other end of the line. Seeing that the call was connected, Zhu Chan happily introduced to everyone. This is the executive general manager of Guaki Bank. Now I will personally expose this poor guy's scam. After Zhu Chan finished speaking, he looked at the phone and asked, Gan Yao, should we charge interest on the 2 billion that Jiang Chen borrowed? Charge your mother. He paid back the principal and interest yesterday. And you, Zhu Chan, I tell you to be polite when talking to me in the future. Even the eldest son of the Zhu family doesn't call me by my full name. As the son of mistress, can you have some manners? Gan Yaohui hung up the phone directly after he finished speaking. Yes, he was having a headache. He was going to take away Jiang Chen's scenic spot with the loan, and now that the money had been paid back, he had lost both the wife and the army. He was already furious, and Zhu Chan provoked him again. How could he possibly give him a good face? Gan Yaohui hung up the phone, and the whole place fell silent. But in a moment, the whole auction venue burst into laughter again. Damn it, I really thought it was someone from the Zhu family, but it turns out it's just a mistress's child. Damn, he really takes himself seriously. That's right, a mistress's child is so foreign looking. A mistress's child is just a bastard. For a while, the curses came one after another, and even Lisa's couldn't lose face. On the stage, Zhu Chan saw that his past was exposed by Gan Yaohui. He couldn't help but curse inwardly and promised to never let him go. At the same time, he tried to change the subject and shouted, so what if you paid back 2 billion? Haha, don't think I don't know that you have no money at all. Pay back the loan money, you don't have a penny now, right? Let me see how you can buy the heart of the desert with 10 billion. After Zhu Chan finished speaking, the auction brought a POS machine on the stage. Just in case, they decided to let Jiang Chen swipe the card now. Jiang Chen took out a black card from his wallet. The moment he handed the black card out, the group of people were dumbfounded again. Oh my god, it's the black card. A black card from Guaki Bank. Is this guy playing dumb? Black card. He's actually a black card user. I've struggled all my life, but couldn't get a black card. He's only a teenager and has a black card? Am I really old? The manager of the auction house was also stunned when he saw Jiang Chen took out the black card, but fortunately he reacted quickly. He looked at Jiang Chen and said apologetically, I'm sorry, we are following the rules. Please forgive me. Jiang Chen handed over the black card. Zhu Chan still held the microphone and shouted to everyone, look carefully, he has no money. He borrowed 2 billion to build roads in the desert. Even a fool can't do this. Haha, he did it. Such a fool. Beep, squeak. Soon a card swiping signature form was printed out from the POS machine. Jiang Chen reached out to take the pen and wrote his name on it. Swipe, it's out. Oh my god, it's actually out. What's the background of this young man? Is he the real big family behind the scenes in Shangjing? It's just 10 billion in cash. How much money does this young man have? Why is he so successful? I really want to be his teacher, even though I'm already 60 years old. I want to marry him. He's handsome and rich. This young man must be very generous. He's so rich and yet so simple. Such young people are really rare. I really want to marry my daughter to him. I really want to call him dad. Why can't I help but kneel down? On the auction stage, Jiang Chen swiped the card, and even the host was stunned. That's right, he was completely finished now. He had offended and ridiculed a rich man who he couldn't afford to offend for so long. It would be difficult for him not to be banned. I'm sorry, just now the The host apologized to Jiang Chen while talking. Dismissal was a small matter. Today, he took the lead in insulting Jiang Chen and dragged the whole audience to lead Jiang Chen's rhythm. After offending such a big man, can he still get out alive? Exclamation mark. It's okay. I've seen a lot of dogs like you. Jiang Chen finished speaking. The host was overjoyed when he heard it. He knelt on the ground and wagged his tail at Jiang Chen. Yes, I'm a dog. Ha 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 ha. The boss is right. I'm a dog. I bark, 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 bark. The abbot rubbed against Jiang Chen while speaking. The audience laughed when they saw it. The happier everyone laughed, the happier the abbot barked. That's right, in front of rich people. How different are people like them from dogs? Where did you get so much money? Zhu Chang stumbled and sat on the stage. Suddenly, there was a ding-ling-ling sound. Zhu Chang's cell phone rang. Zhu Chang subconsciously took the phone. Hello, is this Mr. Zhu? Our packaging factory has no work every day. All the workers have resigned and left. Our factory is losing money and can't afford to pay wages. The people from the Land and Resources Bureau also said that our factory has been idle for too long and they want to take back our factory land and not rent it to us anymore. The phone was still on speakerphone, and what was even worse was that the phone was still so close to the microphone that the entire auction hall could hear it clearly. Ding ling ling, ding ling ling. Hello, is this Mr. Zhu? Our gas station hasn't sold a dime of oil this month. The Desert Management Bureau said that our oil exhaust exceeds the standard and will pollute the desert environment, so they want to close our gas station. The workers have all left. What do you think we should do with the gas station? Hello, is this Mr. Zhu? The workers of the construction company want to go home. The company has no money. When can you pay the workers? Hello, is this Mr. Zhu? Our cement factory hasn't had any orders for 2 consecutive years, and we can't pay the workers' wages and benefits. They are blocking my door in the middle of the night. Please help us solve this problem as soon as possible. Hello, Mr. Zhu. I'm the mayor of Mojiang County. There are tens of thousands of workers making trouble at the county government right now. The company you invested in Mojiang is going to be closed for rectification. By the way, in order to avoid the escalation of the workers incident, I have asked my superiors to freeze your bank card overnight. Our county government urges you to go back to Mojiang and resolve this matter. Chapter 114. You've been tricked. Zhu Chang stood on the auction table and felt cold all over. He felt a severe headache, as if his head was about to explode. That's right. He didn't dare to answer so many calls, but the kind-hearted Jiang Chen answered them one by one for him. Not only did Jiang Chen answer them, but he even turned on the speakerphone for him. Boss Zhu, are you still listening? How could there be tens of thousands of workers? You are cheating me. You rubbish people, rubbish Mojiang, rubbish Xinsheng. You dare to cheat me, you dare to cheat me. Indeed, as Zhu Chang said, someone was cheating him, but it was not the leaders of Mojiang who were cheating him, but the bosses of the companies he acquired. In order to create a prosperous scene to fool Zhu Chang, those bosses spent a lot of effort to recruit workers before the acquisition. A construction company that originally had only 3 or 4 people recruited thousands of people before the acquisition. A cement factory that was on the verge of bankruptcy originally had only a few gatekeepers, but seeing that there were fools who were going to be cheated, they recruited more than 3,000 workers overnight. These workers didn't want to come to Mojiang. After all, Mojiang was a broken county that was about to be swallowed by the desert, so these bosses gave them huge amounts of money, and the salary of a security guard at the gate was 5,000 a month. Of course, Zhu Chang didn't know about these things. Crazy. Take him away quickly. Take him away. The leaders sitting in the first row saw that this guy was actually insulting Xinsheng, and they were immediately angry. That's right, the hotel in front of them was an auction on the surface, but secretly it was a bidding meeting specially arranged by the leaders of Xinsheng. So, if this guy made a fuss in it, how could this bidding meeting be held? Li Sheng, this is someone from the Zhu family in Shangjing. Should we give him? What's wrong with the Zhu family? Can the Zhu family just call my Xinsheng a shitty place? Li Sheng was very angry. Although his province was always ranked last in the country because of the desert, he couldn't let others insult him like this. When the secretary saw that Li Sheng was angry, he waved his hand and said, "Take him away." Several men in black nodded and walked onto the auction stage. After they got on stage, they carried Zhu Chang away without saying a word. When Li Si saw that these men had passed by Li Sheng, he knew the situation was not good, so he hurriedly took out his cell phone and dialed a number. After dialing the number, he hurriedly stood up straight and respectfully, as if there was a god on the other end of the phone. "Yes, yes, yes, I'll be there right away," Li Si replied respectfully. Then he covered the phone and walked quickly towards Li Sheng. As soon as Li Si walked to Li Sheng, he was stopped by the secretary, who motioned him not to get close. Li Si pointed at the phone with a flattering look and said, "It's the Zhu family in Shangjing calling. Please tell me, Li Sheng." After Li Si finished speaking, the secretary heard that it was the Zhu family in Shangjing. He hurriedly took the phone respectfully. The secretary handed the phone to Li Sheng and then whispered a few words. Li Sheng picked up the phone. Not long after, Li Sheng hung up the phone and said, "Let him go. Let him sit there honestly. If he doesn't listen, throw him out." After Li Sheng finished speaking, the secretary hurriedly handed the phone to Li Si and said, "Go back and keep an eye on him. Otherwise if you anger Li Sheng again, it will be useless. No matter who calls you, you know." After the secretary finished speaking, Li Si hurriedly nodded and bowed, saying, "Okay, okay, don't worry, leader, don't worry. We are here just to shoot the butterfly lovers flower shop. Don't worry, as long as we shoot the butterfly lovers flower shop, we will definitely not move out of the new province. Don't worry." After Li Si left with a smile, several men in black threw Zhu Chang to the ground. Zhu Chang sat on the ground, gritting his teeth in anger, until Li Si helped him up. Zhu Chang finally had some strength. "Jiang Chen, you wait. If I, Zhu Chang, can't kill you, I won't be named Zhu. Let's go. Don't bother. Wait until we shoot the butterfly lovers flower shop. Zhu Dong finally let you be independent. This is the best opportunity to integrate into the Zhu family. We can't miss it." After Li Si finished speaking, he carried Zhu Chang back to his seat. The storm had subsided, and everyone's eyes were looking at Jiang Chen in the middle of the stage. At this moment, Jiang Chen had become the focus of thousands of people. "Today I took a picture of this desert heart gemstone necklace, because I want to give it to someone. Today is her 19th birthday. I want to say happy birthday to her." Jiang Chen finished speaking, and the eyes of the 1,000 people in the audience instantly turned to Li Yiren. Li Yiren was also stunned. For some reason, as she watched Jiang Chen slowly walk towards her, her heart began to pound. "Wow, I'm so envious. A necklace worth 10 billion. She's so lucky. No wonder she didn't want the jade bracelet. It turns out she wanted the desert heart. That's right. How can that bracelet compare to the desert heart?" Jiang Chen walked to Li Yiren amid everyone's discussions. Li Yiren looked at Jiang Chen with her deep eyes. Jiang Chen picked up the necklace and put it on her white neck. "Happy birthday." The azure sapphires, the dazzling white diamonds and the sparkling broken rubies. This string of gemstones is simply beautiful to the sky, and the white collarbone of Li Yiren makes the desert heart complement each other even better. Wow. So beautiful. So envious. A beauty and a gem are a perfect match. My jewelry store must have her as the spokesperson. HMPH. Mr. Zhang, don't compete with me for this one. Didn't you just hire Fan Jiabing as the spokesperson? How can Fan Jiabing be as perfect as her? I really have to compete with you for this one. After Jiang Chen put the necklace on Li Yiren, he looked at the dazzling Li Yiren, nodded and said, "It really suits you. Happy birthday." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren covered her mouth and let the tears in her big eyes flow across her delicate face. Jiang Chen reached out to help her wipe the tears from the corners of her eyes. Li Yiren stretched out her hand and hugged Jiang Chen and instantly kissed Jiang Chen's mouth with a fiery kiss. It was too sudden. Jiang Chen was not prepared at all. Jiang Chen had fantasized about kissing a beauty like Li Yiren countless nights. But when all this happened, Jiang Chen felt his whole brain go blank. Wow, so happy. They are such a perfect match. The whole audience burst into applause. After a long time, Li Yiren finally let go of Jiang Chen. Her face was slightly flushed, which was very cute. When a woman is surrounded by happiness, that kind of beauty is hard to describe. Thank you. This is the happiest birthday I have ever had. I really hope you are by my side every birthday. After Li Yiren finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Of course he was willing to spend his birthday with a beautiful woman. Only a fool would not want to. Okay, let's send our blessings to the two beauties, and let's use the most solemn applause to invite the last item of this auction. I believe everyone here is here for this collection. Li Yiren hugged Jiang Chen tightly. Seeing that the time was almost up, the host on the auction stage hurriedly invited the last collection. The finale work appeared, and the auction house entered the most tense moment. So soon everyone's attention was attracted to the stage. Jiang Chen pulled Li Yiren to sit down. Li Yiren was still staring at the desert hard sapphire on her neck in excitement. This sapphire worth 10 billion yuan was hanging on her neck. Even today, she still seemed to be immersed in a dream. Humph, what's there to show off? It's just a sapphire. My husband will bid for one more expensive than yours later. Li Yiren just looked at her sapphire. The little woman next to her snorted and laughed. The jealousy of women is really terrible. Jiang Chen looked back at the little woman. The old man next to the little woman also said, that's right, it's just 10 billion yuan. I'll bid for a big one later, to scare you to death. Jiang Chen was very puzzled. Is it so difficult to admit that I'm better than you? Chapter 115 500 storefronts. After all, it was the last item to be auctioned. Jiang Chen wanted to keep quiet for a while. He would not provoke the show off. After all, he should forgive others when he can. But the old man did not think so. He was the chairman of a large company after all. At this moment, he was outdone by a little kid, and his little lover also lost face. How could he give up? So when he saw Jiang Chen sitting there calmly and ignoring him, he felt that this was Jiang Chen's contempt for him. Hey, you son of a bitch, can't you hear me when I'm talking to you? The old man stretched out his hand and wanted to push Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen turned around and gave him a stern look. The old man shrank back and said, don't you just want to show off in front of women? Let me tell you, I don't care about a mere 10 billion. You used 10 billion to slap me in the face. You made me lose face in front of my girlfriend. Today I must earn it back. Do you dare to bet with me that I will get the next collection? Do you dare to bet with me? The old man had a beautiful idea. This was a sure win. No matter how big the company was, it would be at the end of the road if it spent 10 billion in working capital. Therefore, he would definitely not be able to compete with him in the next auction of Dalianhua flower shop. And he could successfully slap Jiang Chen in the face and then earn back his face in front of the little woman. After the old man finished speaking, Jiang Chen did not say anything. The little woman also snorted coldly and said, some poor people would definitely not dare to compare with my husband. Humph, it's just a necklace. What's so great about it? If you have the guts, compare with my husband. If you don't dare to compare, you are my grandson. After the little woman finished speaking, she gave Li Yiren a proud look. Li Yiren was also angry. She pointed at the little woman and said, if you have money, ask your husband to buy you one. If you can't afford it, don't embarrass yourself here. You, husband, you must bid for an expensive one later, and I will beat her. Okay, don't worry, I will embarrass them later. While several people were talking, the host of the auction held the microphone and shouted to everyone, what is to be auctioned next is not a collection. It is all the storefronts of the Butterfly Love Flower Shop Group entrusted to our bank by the Urumqi Higher People's Court. Everyone, please watch a VCR first. After the host finished speaking, an introduction to the storefront of the Butterfly Love Flower Shop was played on the huge screen. The video was only 3 minutes long. In 3 minutes, the video played all the stores of the Butterfly Love Flower Shop in various provinces and cities. Dalianhua Flower Shop is insolvent, so it is auctioned by our bank. Now let me briefly introduce it. Dalianhua Flower Shop has a total of 534 stores across the country, including 67 in provincial capitals and 4 in Beijing. The largest store is 600 square meters and the smallest store is 46 square meters. The total value is 8.3 billion. The starting price is 8.3 billion now, and the price will increase by 100 million each time. The auction officially begins. After the host finished speaking, the whole audience fell silent. Yes, they came mostly to get the storefront of Dilianhua. You know, before Dilianhua went bankrupt, they used the bank's high interest loan to buy the rare sites in various cities. 8.5 billion. As soon as the host finished speaking, the old man next to Jiang Chen raised his hand. While raising his hand, he did not forget to glance at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen did not speak because he knew that it would be a waste of words to follow the bidding now. 8.6 billion. Someone in the crowd raised his hand again, and then the bidding began to rise and fall. 8.7 billion. 8.8 billion. 8.9 billion. The price kept going up, and the host was very happy. As long as he could get a good price for Dilianhua today, and Jiang Chen asked him to learn from the dog and forgive him, he would continue to be the chief auctioneer at the Washi auction house. 8.9 billion. Is there a higher price than 8.9 billion? 10 billion. Seeing that there were still people who wanted to bid, ZHU Chang stood up not far away. He wanted to earn back the face of the ZHU family today. After ZHU Chang shouted, a group of people who wanted to bid immediately wilted. It's true that these stores are good, but bidding for 10 billion is indeed much more expensive. After ZHU Chang finished shouting, the old man beside Jiang Chen was also speechless. Seeing that he stopped bidding, the young woman hurriedly raised the sign in her hand and shouted, 12 billion. After the young woman finished shouting, the old man was almost scared to death. He hurriedly snatched the bidding board and slapped the young woman. Are you fucking crazy? 12 billion. You can't sell my entire group for enough. Do you want to kill me, you bitch? After the old man finished speaking, the young woman also cried out in grievance, I don't care. You just don't love me anymore. People can buy 10 billion gems for their wives. Can't you buy 10 billion stores for me? After the young woman finished crying, Li Yiran also blushed instantly. That's right, she is not Jiang Chen's wife. Okay, Mr. Number 169 here bids 12 billion. Is there any higher price than this? After the host shouted, the whole auction hall was in an uproar, and everyone started talking. Which idiot spent so much money to bid for this? That's right, these stores are good, but not good enough to be worth the price. It's really a rich man. What they didn't know was that the old man's crotch was wet with anxiety at the moment. Yes, 12 billion. This is simply the money that will kill him. How can I buy you a store worth 12 billion? You bitch, you just want to kill me. I have worked hard all my life to earn money, and you let my entire company lose more than 12 billion. And, even if you sell the shops you bid for, you can't sell them for 12 billion. After the old man shouted, ZHU Changwan looked over here in the distance, and he sat down. Yes, although he wanted to save face, he was not a fool. If he bid for these shops for 12 billion, wouldn't the ZHU family beat him to death when he returned to Shangjing? Originally, he was not well received by the eldest wife's family because he was born by the mistress, so he wanted to prove himself, so he got together with Lisa's. At this juncture, how dare he raise the sign blindly? The old man panicked when he saw the ZHU family members sitting down. The host on the stage looked at everyone and shouted again, is there any more than 12 billion? If not, these stores will belong to this gentleman. After the host finished speaking, seeing that no one stood up, the old man sat down on the ground with a plop. He was completely panicked. Yes, he liked to show off, but even a show off would not show off with his life's hard work, not to mention. Bang, the door of the auction hall opened, and a fat woman in her 50s rushed straight into the auction hall with a kitchen knife in her hand. As she rushed, she shouted, Luigi, you bastard dare to use my family's money to bring a woman here to show off, I will kill you. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 116, Son-in-law. At the entrance of the auction, the fat woman walked towards the front row, cursing loudly. She was looking for something as she walked. This woman was really fat, more than 200 pounds, and the floor was shaking when she walked. When the fat woman walked in, Luigi, who was beside Jiang Chen, was instantly frightened. Jiang Chen smelled a smell of urine. He looked down and saw that the old man was so scared that his shit fell down along the warehouse pipe. Sufen, how did you know I was here? Luji, you unfaithful man. Fat Sufen ran towards the old man with her hair loose. She ran and cursed, Luji, you damn bastard, you are still hanging out with this vixen, I will chop you to death. After the fat lady finished speaking, she waved the kitchen knife and chopped like crazy. Luji was frightened, and the little woman was also frightened. When she reacted, she slipped and fell beside the chair with a plop. Tigress, what are you doing? What are you doing? What do you think this place is? This auction really pissed off Governor Lee. After he finished speaking, several men in black stepped forward and kicked the fat woman to the ground. One of them reached out and snatched away her sword. The fat woman was still shouting, don't pull me, let me kill this bastard. Luji, are you a human being? You eat my food, spend my money, and use my things, and you still hang out with a vixen. Are you worthy of my family? Do you think you are worthy of my family? After the fat woman finished shouting, Luji, who was in his 50s, lowered his head. He was now completely ashamed to live in the world, especially since the bitch held up the butterfly love flower sign. If his wife knew that their family was about to go bankrupt, she would be so mad that she would die. If you want to fight, go out and fight. This is the auction hall. Also, this gentleman spent 12 billion to bid for Dalian Hua. No one is allowed to leave until he pays. The manager of the auction hall also rushed over. After the manager finished speaking, when he heard that this damn man spent 12 billion to bid for Dalian Hua, the fat woman lay on the ground and foamed at the mouth. The fat woman was about to die. Luji was also panicked. Although this woman was fat and ugly, she was Luji's lifelong benefactor. You know, when he was poor and had nothing, he brought his old mother in the village to the provincial capital for treatment. It was Sufen who paid for him. And this fat woman gave him all her property and gave birth to children for him. If this gets out, how can Luji survive in the world in the future? Sufen. Luji rushed over as he spoke. He stretched out his hand and pressed on the fat woman's chest. It took a long time for Sufen to catch her breath. After Sufen caught her breath, she grabbed Luji and shouted, Luji, you can't lose my father's life savings. You can't. I won't. Sufen, don't worry, I definitely won't. Luji hugged the fat woman and wiped her tears as he spoke. He cried and shouted, Sufen, it's all my fault. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have found the mistress after your father died. Oh no, she seduced me. I'll drive her away right away. As Luji spoke, the mistress saw the fat woman fall to the ground. She got up and walked to Luji and shouted, you said you had no feelings for each other, and you said you loved me. Husband, divorce her now. Her father is dead. What are you afraid of? After the little woman finished speaking, Sufen was so angry that she lay on the ground and twitched. Seeing this, Luji went up and slapped her hard and shouted, shut up, you bitch. Luji slapped the little woman with a slap, and the little woman staggered. With a plop, the little woman fell beside Jiang Chen. Luji wanted to hit her again, but the auction manager reached out and grabbed him and shouted, get out of here and deal with your business. Pay the money now. When it came to paying, Luji hurriedly pointed at the mistress and shouted, it was her who raised the sign. It was her who raised the sign. You go ask her for the money. After Luji finished speaking, the little woman also panicked. How could she have 12 billion? She was so scared that she hurriedly shouted, he told me to raise it. He told me to raise it. Bang. After the little woman finished speaking, Luji rushed forward and slapped him hard. The two of them started to wrestle in front of Jiang Chen. Seeing this, several security guards came up and pulled the two apart. The auction manager pointed at Luji and Luji's mistress and shouted, you two should pay together. If you don't pay today, you won't be able to leave alive. After the manager finished speaking, Jiang Chen sighed. Sure enough, there is a price to pay for being pretentious. By the way, the hammer hasn't been knocked yet. Little brother, do you want to buy? If you want to buy, raise your sign quickly. Raise your sign quickly. I'll help you raise it. As soon as Jiang Chen sighed, Luji suddenly rushed towards Jiang Chen, as if he had found a life-saving straw. Just when Luigi grabbed his sign, Jiang Chen sneered and said, "It's useless for you to raise it. My sign is only useful if I raise it myself." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Luigi suddenly grabbed Jiang Chen's arm. Although he didn't know whether Jiang Chen could save him, this was his only chance. "Save me. I know you must want to buy the butterfly love flower, so go ahead and buy it, and I'll give it to you. How about I give it to you?" After Luigi finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head and said, "I want to buy it, but it's not cost effective if it's over 10 billion, so I can't help you." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Luigi suddenly knelt down in front of Jiang Chen and shouted, "I was wrong. I admit defeat. I can't beat you. Please don't bear grudges. Help me today. Help me. I call you Grandpa. Grandpa. Help your grandson. Help your grandson." Jiang Chen never expected that Luigi, who was so arrogant just now, would suddenly become a different person. Before Jiang Chen could say anything, Luigi remembered that his mistress had also humiliated Li Yiren. He hurriedly grabbed his mistress and made her kneel on the ground and shouted, "Hurry up and kowtow to your grandpa and grandma." Xiaosun was also afraid. After all, she knew that she would be in trouble if she broke the rules of the auction house, so she quickly knelt on the ground and shouted, "Grandpa and grandma, I was wrong. I was wrong. Please don't bother with us. We." Xiaosun knelt on the ground and kowtowed. At this moment, as long as they could save their lives, dignity was nothing. "Hurry up, we don't have such a shameful grandson as you." With so many people watching, how could Li Yiren accept a grandson in his 50s? She quickly pulled the little woman up. At this moment, the two of them had lost their original arrogance. They were as miserable as dogs. "Jiang Chen, why don't you help them?" Li Yiren wanted to pull the two people up, but the two were unwilling to get up. Su Fen over there twitched on the ground again. It was pitiful to see this family. Li Yiren looked at Jiang Chen and begged. Jiang Chen looked at the kind Li Yiren. He really hoped that she could keep this innocence for the rest of her life. "Okay, since I'm still begging you, I'll reluctantly match some money, but I'll only offer 10 billion, and you guys can pay the remaining 2.1 billion. Okay, we'll pay. After Luigi finished speaking, he quickly knelt on the ground and kowtowed. Seeing that Luigi really wanted to repent, Jiang Chen raised the sign and shouted, 12.1 billion. After Jiang Chen shouted, the host also breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, someone took over the bid, otherwise if this thing couldn't be sold, the boss would kill him. Very good, this gentleman bid 12.1 billion. Is there anyone with a higher bid? Chapter 117, The Unevolved Monkey. The host on the auction stage called out several times but no one raised the price. That's right, 12.1 billion. Even if they bought it themselves, they would not be able to buy more than 600 storefronts. Instead of that, why did they bid for Dai Lian Hua? Bang! The moment the host knocked down the hammer, Luigi burst into tears of joy. That's right, although he lost 2.1 billion, his father-in-law's hard work was finally saved. Thank you, Grandpa and Grandma. Thank you, Grandpa and Grandma. Luigi pulled the little woman and kowtowed to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen looked at Luigi and said, "A person should be loyal. Su Fen raised you. You can't treat her like this, just because her parents passed away. You should take care of yourself." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he pulled Li Yiren towards the auction table. As soon as Jiang Chen stood up, Guan Ku, who was sitting in the back row, chased after him and said, Mr. Jiang, 12.1 billion is too much. It's not cost effective for us." Mr. Jiang was sweating anxiously. Jiang Chen looked at him and smiled and said, "It's okay. Butterfly Love Flower Shop is not worth 12.1 billion, but the face we earned today is worth 2 billion. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Luigi and the mistress were still kowtowing. Seeing this, Guan Ku could only sigh in relief. It turned out that he really didn't understand the world of rich people. Jiang Chen was very happy that he won the bid for Dai Lian Hua Flower Shop. After all, these shops are located in prime locations in various provinces and cities, so this saves him the trouble of going to various places to select shops. What's more important is that these flower shops have cooperated with Jinrida, so when his Sahara shop opens, it will be much smoother. On the auction table, Jiang Chen paid the money for Dai Lian Hua, and the rest of the relevant procedures were handled by Guan Cubic. After Jiang Chen paid the money, Guan Ku took over the Dai Lian Hua storefront transfer agreement from the court staff, and his hands trembled when he signed. That's right, on the way here, he and Jiang Chen agreed that they would use the Dai Lian Hua storefront to form a new enterprise, Sahara Shop Group, and he would be the first president of Sahara Shop. After Guan Ku signed, everything in front of him was like a dream. A few days ago, he was still a doctoral student, and now he is about to take the helm of a 10 billion enterprise. In his trance, Jiang Chen called him several times, but he didn't hear it. Manager Guan, Boss Jiang, what's wrong? Nothing, put the contract away later. Also, the headquarters of Dai Lian Hua is in Wuxi. Go to Dai Lian Hua headquarters tomorrow to make arrangements. The new company will depend on you in the future. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Guan nodded. The auction was over, and the audience gradually left. Jiang Chen felt a little sleepy. He stretched and prepared to go back to the hotel for a good night's sleep. Suddenly, two young men in suits came from a distance. After the two young men walked up to Jiang Chen, they took out a metal-framed invitation and handed it to Jiang Chen. Hello, this is the invitation letter for the investment promotion conference sent to you by Governor Lee himself. We will hold an investment promotion conference here tomorrow night. I hope you will attend on time. After the man in black finished speaking, Jiang Chen was stunned. An invitation letter sent to him by Governor Lee himself? What's going on? Jiang Chen looked at Governor Lee in the first row with some suspicion. Governor Lee nodded to him and left the auction hall under the escort of everyone. What is this negotiation meeting for? Jiang Chen took the leave and asked the suited bodyguards. After handing over the invitation, a suited bodyguard said, tomorrow's negotiation meeting is mainly for high-end investors. Let's put it this way. As long as you attend this negotiation meeting, you will invest in Xin province in the future. Our Xin province will help you in all aspects. In addition, we will give you the green light all the way in terms of handling documents. The bodyguard added. Governor Lee said that you have taken the photo of Dai Lian Hua flower shop. Please be sure to stay in Xin province. We will give you extra subsidies at that time. Okay, thank you. Tell Governor Lee that I will attend on time. Jiang Chen said that he felt that he had to attend this meeting. After all, although he was rich, he still lacked a lot in terms of connections. Therefore, this was an opportunity to meet high-ranking officials. It was late at night when the auction ended. When everyone dispersed, Li Yiren was also leaving. She wanted to go back to Beijing with leases. She was a little reluctant. How about you go out with me? Jiang Chen nodded as he looked at Li Yiren. He had no reason to refuse. The street lights in Wuxi were dim at night. The two of them walked on the street in front of the hotel and recalled Tsinghua and Peking University. Both of them had endless things to say. Jiang Chen missed college without realizing it, but he could never go back to Tsinghua and Peking University. Beep. The two were talking happily when a Hummer stopped on the side of the road. There were very few pedestrians on the street in front of the hotel. The Hummer was very conspicuous after it stopped. Li Yiren looked at the car. She knew she was leaving. When she thought about leaving and thought about when they would meet again, she didn't know. Li Yiren's eyes became wet unconsciously. In the past, Li Yiren was very arrogant. She was not only beautiful, but also very smart. So she thought all her life that she would never have any intersection with a poor boy, let alone fall in love with a poor boy. But, at this moment, she didn't know why Jiang Chen lived in her heart. Jiang Chen, thank you so much today. I had a very happy birthday. We will meet again someday. Also, please keep this precious necklace. Knowing that she was about to leave, Li Yiren took the desert heart off her neck. After taking it off, Li Yiren looked at the desert heart flashing blue light under the light and felt a little dazed. Jiang Chen looked at Li Yiren and smiled and said, there is no reason to take back a gift you have given away. Squad leader, put it on. I'm afraid you are the only one in the world who deserves it. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, two people got off the Hummer in the distance. Those two people were Zhu Chang and Li Sis. Zhu Chang still had bandages on his body, and he looked a little funny. The two walked towards Li Yiren. When they passed by Li Yiren, Li Sis looked at Li Yiren and said, Yiren, tell dad, did he bully you last night? Li Sis had a serious face. He was very scary when he was serious. Li Yiren lowered her head and didn't say anything. Seeing this, Zhu Chang hurriedly shouted, Yiren, don't be afraid. He can't threaten you. I'm here. You can speak boldly. I. Li Yiren burst into tears before she could say anything. When she cried like this, Zhu Chang felt cold in his heart and almost collapsed on the ground. You bastard, I'll kill you. Zhu Chang picked up a stone like crazy and threw it at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen was puzzled. Just tell me what's the matter. You throw stones when you don't agree with something. Are you a monkey that hasn't evolved yet? Bang. Before Zhu Chang came to Jiang Chen kicked him to the ground. Jiang Chen never tolerated people like Zhu Chang. Chapter 189 Your Big Tree. 118 Breaking up with the Zhu family at the hotel entrance. Li Sis heard that Li Yiren had spent a night with Jiang Chen. He was so angry that he pointed at Li Yiren and shouted, Yiren, have you forgotten how I taught you? You. Li Sis slapped Li Yiren in the face while speaking. Before Li Yiren fell down, Li Sis covered his chest and almost couldn't breathe. It can be seen that Li Sis still loves his daughter Li Yiren very much. Dad, I'm sorry. Please beat me to death. Li Yiren covered her face and rushed to Li Sis. She pressed Li Sis' chest hard, and it took a long time for Li Sis to breathe smoothly. Dad, it's all my fault. It's all my fault. Hit me. After Li Yiren finished speaking, Li Sis looked at Li Yiren's red cheeks and cried again with heartache. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have brought you to Washi. I shouldn't have brought you to Washi. Li Sis was very regretful, but what's the use of regret? The rice in front of him was already cooked, and things had come to this point. What else could he do? Li Sis, I didn't. You beast. You beast. I'll let you bully my daughter. I'll fight you to death. Li Sis got up from the ground while speaking. You know, the most important thing for a famous family like them is reputation. His daughter was defiled by Jiang Chen. If this gets out, which big family in Shangjing will be willing to keep Yiren? Li Sis waved his fist to hit Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen stretched out his hand to grab his arm. Jiang Chen's hand was very strong. Li Sis struggled for a long time and his hand was dislocated, but he couldn't get away. What did I do to bully her? You left her on the street in the middle of the night, and you still have the nerve to blame me? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Sis was stunned. That's right, he left his daughter on the street last night to please the Zhu family. If we talk about responsibility, how can he be a competent father? Dad, don't hit him. I did it voluntarily. I will marry him in this life and I won't marry anyone else except him. There were no pedestrians on the street. The dim street lights stretched the shadows of several people very long. Li Yiren threw herself on Jiang Chen while speaking. Li Sis was so angry that he trembled all over when he saw that Li Yiren was still protecting Jiang Chen. No, I don't agree. I don't agree. Li Sis yelled and tried to break free from Jiang Chen's wrist. He exerted force and knocked the desert heart worn by Li Yiren down with a snap. The moment the desert heart fell to the ground, Li Sis panicked. Yes, that was a real thing worth hundreds of billions. Even if he sold his company, it would only be the price of this necklace. Snap. Li Sis reached out and grabbed the desert heart necklace. The moment he caught the necklace, he broke out in a cold sweat. Jiang Chen also let go. Seeing Li Sis fighting with him so hard, Jiang Chen instantly understood something. It turned out that Li Yiren said that he slept with her. Wait, I didn't sleep with Li Yiren. He did sleep in the same room with Li Yiren last night, but it was a standard room. The two of them slept in separate beds because they were afraid that Li Yiren would be scared in a foreign land, so he didn't take the blame. Just as Jiang Chen was about to finish, Li Yiren pulled Jiang Chen and shouted, "We slept together, and I've admitted it. Don't you, a grown man, have the courage to take responsibility?" After Li Yiren finished speaking, Zhu Chang suddenly felt that his chest was suffocating, and when he thought about what they did together last night, he suddenly felt extremely disgusted, especially now that their family was acting in front of him. Weren't they treating him like a fool? You guys. Okay, you all wait and see. Jiang Chen, Li Yiren. If I don't kill you, I won't be named ZHU. After ZHU Chan finished speaking, he got up with a hammer and got on the Hummer. The Hummer roared and disappeared at the end of the street like a puff of smoke. Lysis held the desert heart in his hand and watched ZHU Chan go away. He knew that the relationship he had cultivated for so long was all ruined. That was one of the top families in Shangjing. His future. Mr. ZHU, Mr. ZHU, don't, I will let Yiren. Let him go, Dad. He will definitely not marry me again. So give up the idea of relying on the ZHU family. Seeing ZHU Chan leave, Li Yiren also let go of Jiang Chen. Lysis suddenly felt his eyes go dark, and he sat on the ground with a plop. It was over. Everything was over. You know. Dad, you always look down on Jiang Chen. How is Jiang Chen worse than ZHU Chan? ZHU Chan gave me a bracelet worth 10 million, and Jiang Chen gave me a necklace worth 10 billion. Can't you see which side our Li family should rely on? Li Yiren looked at Lysis and shouted. After hearing him, Lysis was speechless. Yes, Jiang Chen was poor before, and he looked down on him, but what about Jiang Chen now? On Yiren's birthday, he gave a gift worth 10 billion. Who in China can be as generous as Jiang Chen? Moreover, this kid also bought the Delian flower shop, which is a store worth 12.1 billion. Even if the eldest son of the ZHU family came, he would not be as cool as him. Moreover, now that he has offended ZHU Chang, he will definitely not be able to climb up the big tree of the ZHU family in the future. You come home with me. Lysis found himself speechless, so he stretched out his hand and pulled Li Yiren towards the roadside. Lysis' hand was very strong. After Li Yiren was dragged by him for a few steps, she looked at Lysis and shouted, "Necklace, give the necklace back to the owner." Li Yiren didn't dare to take such a valuable thing from Jiang Chen. After Li Yiren shouted, Lysis snorted coldly and said, "Are you a fool? Men are not good people. This necklace is bet. If he dares to betray you in the future, he will never get anything." After Lysis finished speaking, he dragged Li Yiren into the car. After Li Yiren got in the car, she kept struggling, and Lysis went up and closed the door. "What are you doing? Let me talk to him." "No. I tell you, don't even think about meeting him before you graduate." "Dad, and you kid, let me tell you, if you dare to marry someone else before my daughter graduates, you won't be able to get the necklace, even if you sue her in the Supreme Court." Lysis slammed the car door shut, and then he drove the BMW into the night. Looking at the BMW disappearing at the end of the dim street, Jiang Chen scratched his head. What the hell is going on? When did I say I would marry your daughter? And I didn't sleep with your daughter. I'm not responsible for this. In the night, Jiang Chen turned around and walked towards the hotel. After returning to the hotel, Jiang Chen dragged his tired body to take a shower and went straight to sleep in the presidential suite. He had just fallen asleep when his cell phone rang with a ding-dong sound. Jiang Chen picked up the phone and saw that it was a text message from Li Yiren. "Jiang Chen, I'm sorry. If I don't do this, I'll never be able to get rid of ZHU Chang. Also, today was my first kiss. You have to be responsible for me, otherwise I will find you, even if you hide in the Sahara desert. P.S. I'll accept the necklace. I'll take it as your betrothal gift to me." Jiang Chen was stunned when he looked at his phone. Oh my god. Today was my first kiss. Chapter 119. Mr. Shen kneeled down. When it comes to first kiss, Jiang Chen suddenly thought of Li Yiren's soft and sweet lips. Although it was just a thought, Jiang Chen felt his whole body softened at this moment. It must be said that being able to kiss a beauty like Li Yiren is the dream of many rich young men in Shangjing. Today is also my first kiss, but, Yiren, I'm afraid Jiang Chen didn't finish his words. He sent it directly. If time could go back, Jiang Chen would definitely choose Li Yiren. He had no reason not to choose Li Yiren, but how could the past flow backwards? After the text message was sent, there was a ding-dong sound, and Li Yiren quickly replied to him. "I know, isn't it that little rose fairy? I will be better than her. I, Li Yiren, will not force anyone. I will use my strength to make her withdraw automatically." Looking through Li Yiren's text messages, Jiang Chen couldn't help but sigh. Yes, Miss Li is of noble status and is also recognized as the school belle by the people of Shangjing. How can Anna, who is illiterate and comes from a poor family, compare to her? But even so, how could Jiang Chen abandon Anna so easily? Besides, Anna doesn't know anything. If Jiang Chen doesn't support her, who will? The night was very quiet. Jiang Chen didn't know how to reply to Li Yiren. He wanted to reject her directly, but things had come to this point. Soon, the whole of Shangjing would know that he, Jiang Chen, had possessed Li Yiren. And once someone as pure as a fairy like Li Yiren was possessed by someone else, how could Li Yiren marry? What's more, when he needed help the most, she helped him without hesitation. When others didn't believe in him the most, she also believed in him without hesitation and encouraged him. She filled his most painful days with hope. Jiang Chen couldn't bear to let her down like this. Let everything go. This world will always find a way to not let you down. The next morning, Jiang Chen got out of bed with a tired body. He looked at himself in the mirror and was a little haggard. He didn't sleep well last night. He thought a lot. Of course, Jiang Chen thought that if he was in the desert last night, he would forget everything and have a good sleep. Suddenly, he missed the lawn that could make people worry-free. Knock, knock, knock. Mr. Jiang, Mr. Jiang, Mr. Xie has flown back from Beijing. He is waiting for you in the restaurant. There was a knock on the door. Jiang Chen washed his face and opened the door. After the door opened, Guanku looked at Jiang Chen's tired face and couldn't help asking, Mr. Jiang, what's wrong with you? It's okay. I'm used to sleeping in the desert and it's quiet. There are many cars here and it's a bit noisy. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guanku hurriedly said, Mr. Jiang, it's all my fault for not arranging it well. I'll find a hotel in the suburbs later. No, let's make do for one more night. We'll go back after the investment meeting. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he put on his clothes and started to go downstairs. On the way downstairs, Guanku reported to Jiang Chen about the butterfly love flower shop. From last night to now, Guanku has been busy until most of the night. Boss Jiang, the handover of Dianhua was completed yesterday. The heads of various provinces called me late at night and asked me how to deal with their employees. You decide how to deal with them. Okay, Boss Jiang. These employees are very strong in all aspects and they have a good reputation. Of course, the collapse this time is all due to their boss's affairs. So I plan to continue to employ those employees, which will save us a lot of recruitment troubles. You have to know that there are more than 10,000 employees in these more than 500 stores. If Guanku is asked to recruit and train again, it will be a time-consuming and laborious task. Therefore, Guanku is going to take over these employees directly. First, they have enough experience. Second, re-employing these employees can also solve the problem of local unemployment and leave a good impression on the local government. After Guanku finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded and said, You are the boss. Don't report these things to me. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guanku nodded. When the two rushed downstairs, Boss Xie came out to greet them in person. The two met and hugged. Jiang Chen was very grateful for Boss Xie's help the day before yesterday. Boss Xie was also very sorry that he could not make it back yesterday. The two walked hand in hand towards the restaurant. In the restaurant's private room, although it was breakfast, a balloon, shark's fin and other dishes were served. After the two sat down, Mr. Xie opened a bottle of Fishan Maute. As soon as the cap was unscrewed, the aroma of wine filled the whole room. Brother Jiang, let's drink a little today. We have to reminisce about the past. After Mr. Xie finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. After 3 rounds of drinking, this mellow wine made Jiang Chen a little addicted. Good wine, good wine. Jiang Chen couldn't help but praise it. Seeing this, Mr. Xie hurriedly said, Since Brother Jiang likes it, I will tell you to load a few boxes in your car later. Thank you, Brother Xie. By the way, I have something to trouble you today. Of course, you can't take someone else's wine for free, and Mr. Xie has helped him so much, how can he not make some contribution? So, after drinking a small glass of Maute, Jiang Chen directly confronted Mr. Xie. What's the matter? Mr. Jiang, just tell me. As long as I, Xie Wenfei, can help, I will do my best. After Xie Wenfei finished speaking, he looked at Jiang Chen anxiously. That's right, everyone benefited from the desert except him. So, this time, Brother Shen, my scenic spot in the desert will be open soon, and I need a few hotels. Brother Shen has experience in this area, so don't worry, I will definitely help you with this. She Wenfei agreed without saying a word. Yes, he was waiting for Jiang Chen to say this. To be honest, She Wenfei sent people to Mojiang County for investigation a month ago. The people he sent saw that Jiang Chen had tens of thousands of workers busy in the desert, and their food problem has always been a big problem, so he made up his mind. Thank you, Brother Shen. However, I have to tell Brother Shen in advance that I now have two scenic spots. One is called the Grassland Scenic Spot and the other is a Bermuda Scenic Spot. I plan to build 2 5-star hotels in the two scenic spots. Although the hotels require 5-star hotels, high-rise buildings cannot be built in the desert. Brother She has to think about this carefully. Jiang Chen finished speaking. When he mentioned the Grassland Scenic Spot, he was stunned for a moment. Where can I get grassland in this desert? Brother Jiang, don't blame me for being nosy. Where can I get grassland in this desert? After She Wenfei finished speaking, Jiang Chen took out his mobile phone and played the video he took to She Wenfei. Even though She Wenfei, who was over 50 years old and knowledgeable, couldn't help but open his eyes wide in surprise. Oh my god, this is simply a miracle. Jiang Chen put away the phone and whispered, Brother Shen, I'll let you watch it, because I trust you. Remember not to tell anyone, and keep it secret. In the future, as long as there is a place where I, Jiang Chen, am, I will not treat you badly in the desert hotel. Chapter 120 Grasshopper on a Rope. Speaking of keeping the scenic spot secret, She Wenfei nodded hurriedly. That's right. If such a magnificent scenic spot is opened, wouldn't tourists flock to Mojiang? Moreover, Jiang Chen said that the desert hotel was handed over to him, and the food problem of so many people was handed over to him. What kind of trust is this? Keep it secret, Brother Jiang. Oh no, Brother Jiang, don't worry, you think so highly of me, I will never let you down. She Wenfei said solemnly, and Jiang Chen showed She Wenfei the photos of the Bermuda scenic spot one by one. After She Wenfei watched Jiang Chen's 4 or 5 scenic spot videos, this simply overturned his usual view of the death desert. This, Brother Jiang, you are simply a god. You have done what even gods can't do. From now on, I, She Wenfei, will follow you. Looking at the sea of roses, the towering golden apricots, and the desert poppies, She Wenfei felt as if he was dreaming. I can't say I'm a slacker. I can't lead a catering giant like Brother She. I can only say that we can cooperate with each other and make a fortune together. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, She Wenfei stood up. He raised the small wine glass in his hand and drank it all. After drinking, She Wenfei knelt down in front of Jiang Chen with a plop. Jiang Chen was shocked. He hurriedly pulled She Wenfei up, but She Wenfei knelt on the ground and shouted, Don't pull me. On behalf of Xin province, I'm going to pay a big tribute to Brother Jiang. Brother Jiang can green the Mojiang desert, so he is the benefactor of our Xin province. After She Wenfei finished speaking, he kowtowed loudly. After he kowtowed, Jiang Chen wanted to pull him up. He kowtowed again with a plop and shouted, This bow is to the world of Oasis. Bang. This bow is to thank Brother Jiang for his trust and promotion. After She Wenfei kowtowed, Jiang Chen hurriedly pulled him up. She Wenfei, who was over 50 years old, kowtowed to him. Wouldn't that be embarrassing for Jiang Chen? Brother She, what are you doing? Get up quickly. Don't do this again in the future, or I won't recognize you as my brother. After Jiang Chen pulled She Wenfei up, She Wenfei raised his glass again. He toasted him 3 times and said, Brother Jiang, seeing your scenic spots, I have an unwelcome request. I want to use all my life's financial resources to build a hotel that is integrated with each scenic spot. This hotel can be regarded as a little gift from me to Brother Jiang. After She Wenfei finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Yes, he was embarrassed to tell She Wenfei about this. You know, building a hotel in a scenic spot is a very expensive thing, and now it is unclear whether Jiang Chen's scenic spot can attract people. If he rashly let She Wenfei come to invest in so many hotels, and there will be no tourists at that time, wouldn't he be harming others? Brother She, it's not that I don't want to. Although the scenic area has been built, the problem of tourists has not been solved. So, you have invested so much in the hotel. What if I'm willing to lose my life, not to mention the little things in my life? After She Wenfei finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at She Wenfei with a sincere face. Jiang Chen was a little moved. He raised his glass and toasted She Wenfei and said, Brother She, I have made friends with you. In the future, Brother She can build a hotel in my scenic area. As long as you like the land, no matter how big or small, I will grant it to you. In addition, the land is free. Brother She's hotel in my scenic area will be tax-free for 10 years. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, She Wenfei was also moved to tears. Jiang Chen knew that Mr. She had luxury hotels in Wuxi, Shangjing, Hacheng and other places, but his place was a desert after all. If he wanted to build a 5-star hotel in the desert, the investment would be more than 10 billion. Moreover, even if he built the hotel, there would not be many tourists at that time. He would be lucky to be able to barely maintain the operation. Where would he have the money to pay taxes? No, Brother Jiang is particular, so how can I not be particular? I will pay the land fee and accept the tax exemption. Okay, then I won't be polite to Brother She. Brother She, I have something else to trouble you with. I need a lot of workers to build my scenic spot, and these workers need to eat. Now most of the people in Mojiang have fled, and most of the hotels and restaurants in Mojiang are closed. So, Brother She, can you build a small hotel, the kind that ordinary people can afford? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, She Wenfei looked embarrassed. Indeed, he ran a 5-star or 6-star hotel. If he was asked to build an ordinary small restaurant, wouldn't it damage his brand? Brother Jiang, this is not that I won't help you. I invested in such a restaurant in the name of our group. I'm afraid that our high-end brand will be dragged down. After She Wenfei finished speaking, he was afraid that Jiang Chen would be unhappy, so he hurriedly said, by the way, Brother Jiang, I have a good idea. Why don't we brothers start a catering company together? Brother Jiang provides the land, I provide the money and workers. Brother Jiang holds 70% of the shares, and I hold 30%. I will take care of the daily maintenance and management. Isn't it great? After She Wenfei finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought about it. Since She Wenfei's luxury hotel brand cannot be broken, why doesn't he invest in a company himself? He can give the catering that he doesn't understand to She Wenfei. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen nodded and said, okay, then let's make a deal. Let's set up a joint venture catering company. I will provide the land in the house, and Brother She will provide the technology and personnel. We will split the shares 50-50. Jiang Chen had planned it all. Every year, he needed tens of thousands of people to pick his roses. After picking the roses, he also had to pick the golden longevity apricots. After picking the golden longevity apricots, he didn't know what to pick. So the number of workers would never decrease. How could Lao Kin's noodle restaurant alone supply so many workers? So why didn't he invest in a fast food company and build a fast food chain? No, 70-30, or I won't do it. How dare She Wenfei split the shares 50-50 with Jiang Chen? You know, this desert does not belong to China. It is an independent kingdom. In this independent kingdom, taxation and security don't depend on Jiang Chen, and as a shrewd businessman, he knew that if he didn't make a profit at this moment, how could he build a big business in the desert? Okay, 70-30, then 70-30. If it's 70-30, I'll pay for the land and the materials for the house, and Brother She will be responsible for the technology and operation. It's settled, and it must be changed. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, She Wenfei suddenly thought of his 5-star hotel. Since Jiang Chen had helped him so much, how could he take all the shares of the hotel? You know, Jiang Chen has the ability to build such a great scenic spot. In the future, he will definitely turn this place into a desert city. Wouldn't the metropolis need more hotels? So, Brother Jiang, since the catering company is 70-30, then the hotel I build will also be 70-30. From now on, we brothers are grasshoppers on a rope. Oh no, bah, look at my dog mouth. From now on, we brothers are brothers wearing pants. Brother Jiang, you have to take care of me more. You know, as long as Jiang Chen splits the shares with him, who else can Jiang Chen hand over all the hotels in the desert metropolis to if he doesn't hand them over to him? Chapter 121. Don't mash the company. Only when you know how to make concessions can you gain more. This is what it means, to be willing to give up. Only when you give up can you gain. Okay, then we can't let Brother She bear the risk of the hotel alone. Then we will split the shares 50 to 50. I will provide the land and the money to build the hotel, and Brother She will be responsible. Jiang Chen thought so in his heart. He was not doing it for profit. He knew that there would be many uncertainties in the desert in the future. The wind and sand might destroy his scenic spot, and the lack of tourists would also cause his scenic spot to close down. Moreover, this is a land outside the country. If China prohibits tourists from going out, his scenic spot will also be dead. Therefore, he can't let She Wenfei bear this risk alone. No, Brother Jiang doesn't give me face, right? I said 72-30, so it's 72-30. Brother Jiang, you provide the land, and I'll take care of the rest. She Wenfei is stubborn. You know, as long as he goes with Jiang Chen will definitely give him the best land. Anyway, the most expensive investment in building a hotel is land, especially the land in the desert oasis, which is unimaginably expensive. Seeing that She Wenfei refused to give in, Jiang Chen was somewhat touched. If that was the case, then what if I took the land's share? Anyway, as long as he became prosperous and made money, he would invest in more green land, and he might even invest in building a city. When the city was built, he would give all the hotels to She Wenfei. Okay, since Big Brother She insists, then I won't say anything. Big Brother She can choose the address of the hotel, and it's up to Big Brother She to decide how many hotels to build. I can't provide anything else. Just leave all the cement needed for the hotel to me, Jiang Chen said. She Wenfei was happy to hear that Jiang Chen could solve the cement problem. That's right, cement is the most needed thing for desert construction. Now all the cement factories in Mojiang County have stopped production. The nearest cement factory is in Yi City, and Yi City is far away from the scenic spot, so. Okay, Big Brother Jiang, don't worry. If I don't do this perfectly, I don't deserve to have a good brother like you. After She Wenfei finished speaking, he toasted Jiang Chen several times with wine. The two of them were so happy talking that they drank a lot. Jiang Chen didn't even know how he got back to the room. He only knew that he was unconscious after returning to the room. Of course, She Wenfei was not much better. He didn't even go back to the room and fell asleep directly in the private room. Jiang Chen slept until the evening and woke up. After waking up, his head didn't hurt anymore. After all, this was Fishan Maute. Jiang Chen just felt a little hungry. He put on his shoes and wanted to go to the restaurant, but when he thought that She Wenfei might have drunk a lot, he wanted to visit him. After all, he was young and She Wenfei was not as good as him. Jiang Chen walked to the lobby and met the hotel manager. The manager also recognized Jiang Chen. He hurriedly greeted him and said, "Boss Jiang, you are awake. I will send someone to send food to your room right away. Thank you very much. By the way, which room is Mr. Shen in?" After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the general manager thought for a while and said, "Mr. She went out in the afternoon." "Where did he go?" "It seems that he went to France. He left in a hurry. By the way, Mr. She said he has a letter for you." After the lobby manager finished speaking, he walked to the hotel front desk. After walking to the front desk, he took a folded piece of letter paper and handed it to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen opened the letter paper, and there was a line of vigorous pen writing on the letter paper. "Brother Jiang, I can't bear to disturb your sleep, so I'm leaving first. I'll fly to Europe in the next 2 days. I'm going to invite the most famous hotel designer to design our hotel. See you in the desert." Looking at the letter, Jiang Chen was a little moved. She Wenfei was indeed a practical man. He couldn't wait for such a short time. But it was a good thing. He invited a world-class designer, and the hotel he designed would definitely not be bad. It would just fit in with the scenery of his desert scenic area. After putting away the letter, Jiang Chen's cell phone rang. When he opened the phone, it was Guanku calling. Jiang Chen quickly answered the call. Boss Jiang, are you up? I'm at the Butterfly Love Flower headquarters now. Can you come over? Guanku's urgent voice came from the other end of the phone, and soon there was a quarrel. When Jiang Chen heard that there was a problem with the Butterfly Love Flower headquarters, he hurriedly walked out the door. When the manager saw Jiang Chen was leaving, he hurriedly followed him. You know, Jiang Chen is their honored guest. Jiang Chen drank in their hotel, so he can't drive out. When Jiang Chen ran to the door, he saw the manager chasing him. He hurriedly shouted to the manager, "Manager, you can drive, right? Take me to the Delianhua headquarters." Okay. Jiang Chen's Mercedes-Benz stopped at the door of the hotel. The two got in the car and drove straight to the Delianhua headquarters in Urumqi. When they arrived at the Delianhua headquarters, the entrance of the Delianhua headquarters was already crowded with people. What's going on? Jiang Chen got out of the car and ran straight to the Delianhua building. The Delianhua building is located in the new district of Urumqi. Delianhua is a giant in the flower industry, so the Delianhua headquarters building is built very majestically. The headquarters building covers an area of more than 10 acres and is more than 60 stories high. The glass building looks very bright in the sun. There are several police cars parked in Delianhua Square, and dozens of police officers are maintaining order. After getting out of the car, Jiang Chen found that there were thousands of employees gathered at the entrance of the headquarters building. Mr. Jiang, you've come just in time. Solve the problem quickly. It won't be good if the media comes later. When the leading police officer saw Jiang Chen coming, he hurriedly shouted to Jiang Chen. After the police officer finished shouting, the crowd quickly made way for Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen walked along the road to the entrance of the building. At the entrance, Guanku was shouting with a loudspeaker, be quiet, we will definitely solve the problems you raised. It's not a solution for you to stand here. Send a few representatives here, and everyone else go back. No, if you don't get things done for us today, no one will leave. Let me tell you, we have contacted the media, and we must expose you today. A tall man in the crowd shouted at Guanku. While shouting, he took off his shoes and smashed them on Guanku's head with a bang. Guanku staggered and fell to the ground. Jiang Chen got angry when he saw someone dared to hit his employee. He walked into the crowd with his fists waving and knocked the guy to the ground with one punch. After the tall guy was knocked down, Jiang Chen grabbed his neck and dragged him like a dog and threw him directly on the steps in front of the Delianhua headquarters. Bang! The tall guy never dreamed that he would be dragged and thrown to the ground like a chicken cub. His face instantly burned with pain. Someone is beating someone. Someone is beating someone. Someone is beating someone in Sahara shop. The man shouted as he spoke. Several cars drove over in the distance. A dozen people carrying cameras got out of the cars and hurriedly ran towards the Delianhua headquarters. I'm going to hit you, Jiang Chen said as he waved his hand to continue hitting him. A man in a suit in front of Delianhua saw the tall man being hit, and he hurriedly winked at the crowd and shouted, "Everyone be quiet, don't be impulsive, don't mash the new company, our new boss is here, you must not be impulsive, remember not to smash things." Chapter 122 A Farce. When the man in a suit in front of the Delianhua headquarters saw the big man being beaten, he started shouting to everyone. When more than 1,000 workers saw the man in the suit winking at them, they instantly understood what was going on, and thousands of people shouted and smashed towards Sahara's shop. The police officer who came to maintain discipline saw this and hurriedly pulled out his pistol and fired a shot into the air, shouting, "I see who dares to move. Whoever dares to move I will immediately shoot." After the police officer finished speaking, several reporters also rushed to the front of the crowd. A reporter raised a microphone and shouted to the police officer, "Excuse me, what right do you have to shoot ordinary people? Who gave you this right?" Whoever makes trouble here, I will arrest him according to the law." What is making trouble? How do you define making trouble? The workers are just fighting for their legal rights and interests. Is it called making trouble if their legal rights and interests are not protected? Several reporters looked at the police officer aggressively. The police officer came from a military background and was also confused for a moment. He was just doing what the city told him to do, and he also. The police officer looked at a man in a grey shirt behind him with a pair of helpless eyes. The man hurriedly stood up and shouted, "Everyone be quiet. I'm Meng Xianren from the Urumqi Investment Promotion Bureau. Which newspaper are you from? Who asked you to come? Do you know how much loss your blind interviews will cause to the people of Urumqi?" Yes, Meng Xianren was right. Now that Dalianhua has just changed its owner, the city is actively negotiating to allow new companies to continue to settle in Urumqi. You should know that Dalianhua used to collect more than 10 billion yuan in taxes a year. If such a large company moves away, it will definitely be a blow to Urumqi. This is your government's business. Why should it concern us? We only saw someone beating up workers who were defending their legitimate rights and interests, and we have the right to report. After the reporter finished speaking, the man in a suit on the stage nodded to him with satisfaction. Okay, don't you want to defend their rights? Then let them talk about what rights they want. Seeing that several reporters were aggressive, Jiang Chen went up and dragged a young man in his 20s up. The young man had long hair. Although he was wearing a plaid shirt that normal people wore, the tiger tattoo on his back was faintly visible. This showed that he was not a serious employee. After the young man was dragged to the stage, he was confused. "Tell me, what rights do you want?" I'm here to ask for wages. You are a black-hearted company that doesn't pay employees wages." After the young man finished speaking, he praised his wit. "Oh, really? Which month's wages do you want?" I want April's wages. Let me tell you, don't think I'm afraid of you, just because you have guns. We have the media here. Tomorrow the whole country will know that you are using guns to scare the people." After the young man finished speaking, Jiang Chen sneered and said, "April's wages? Haha, are you an employee of Dalianhua? Don't you know that the employees of Dalianhua have already clocked in for April's wages in the court this morning? Question mark?" After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the young man's face changed, and he immediately muttered, "Then I want May's salary." After the young man finished speaking, Guan Ku shouted, "Why do you want May's salary? We haven't started work in May, and we haven't hired you. Why should we give you salary?" After Guan Ku finished speaking, the young man stammered and didn't know what to say. The man in a suit on the steps gave the reporter a look, and the reporter hurriedly raised the microphone and shouted, "Are you intimidating your employees? When did I intimidate him? Ask him to show his contract, and ask him to show his proof of previous work at Dalianhua." Guan Ku also saw that this young man was different. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the young man stammered and dared not speak. Seeing that the young man didn't speak, Meng Xianren pointed at Captain Li of the Public Security Bureau and shouted, "Captain Li, come here. This guy doesn't work here, but comes here to ask for money. Are you a member of the underworld? If you don't tell me the truth today, I will put you in jail for life." After Meng Xianren finished speaking, Captain Li walked straight to the young man. When the young man saw Captain Li coming, his legs began to tremble. "You, Li Xiaohu, can you improve a little? I just released you, and you came out to cause trouble for me, right?" Captain Li came to the young man and suddenly recognized him. That's right, this guy was an unemployed vagrant. He stole things every day and was released from the detention center by Captain Li last week. After Captain Li finished speaking, the young man saw that he was found out. He turned around and ran away in fear. He had not run a few steps when a policeman came up and held him down. As soon as the young man ran, the tall man under Jiang Chen's feet instantly broke free from Jiang Chen's feet and rushed out like an arrow. He had not rushed out a few steps when Captain Li threw a baton at him and knocked him to the ground. The square with thousands of people began to become chaotic. Captain Li saw this and hurriedly shouted with the walkie-talkie, "Brothers who are maintaining discipline outside, come here all. There is something wrong with these employees. Don't let any of them escape." After Captain Li finished speaking, hundreds of armed police soldiers quickly gathered from various intersections. They directly cut off the retreat of these fake workers with guns in hand. A group of workers saw that they were armed police, and several workers shouted, "I don't believe they dare to shoot." After saying this, several people turned around and ran. They had not run a few steps when they heard a few gunshots and several people fell to the ground. Damn, they really opened fire. A group of people who wanted to run wilted instantly. An Audi with a government license plate drove over from the distance, and a man in his 50s got out of the car. He had a square face, a high-nosed bridge, and dark skin. He looked at the group of people and snorted coldly, "The country has zero tolerance for evil forces. You people actually gathered to cause trouble under my rule. Arrest all of you. Investigate you for me. You must investigate it thoroughly. I want to see who is behind this." After the man finished speaking, Meng Xianren from the merchants group was delighted. The person who came was none other than Ji Gao, the deputy mayor of Urumqi. After Ji Gao came, the man in a suit on the steps obviously changed his expression, and he began to panic. Mayor Ji, it's good that you're here. It's good that you're here. This group of troublemakers also brought reporters. The reporters are all here. You have to ask them carefully. After Meng Xianren finished speaking, Merji walked to a group of arrogant reporters and asked, "Which newspaper are you from?" We are not from any newspaper. We are self-media. We have the right to know the truth. This is given to us by the law." "Okay, fine. We must respect the true reports of the media. But if you make false reports and mislead public opinion, then I can't forgive you," Merji said with a sense of majesty, and a group of self-media reporters were very afraid. "Captain Lee, gather everyone here for me. We in Washi do things without favoritism or procrastination. Let me try them now. Let's try them in front of our media friends." After Merji finished speaking, Captain Lee hurriedly asked people to escort all the workers over. The group of workers were old and young, male and female, and they stood timidly in front of the door of the Dalianhua building without daring to breathe. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 123, The Rogue Master. After everyone gathered together, Captain Lee first grabbed the young man and brought him over. He pointed at the young man and scolded him. "Tell me the truth about what's going on. You know that the country will have a zero tolerance attitude towards the underworld. Don't delay yourself." The young man also knew that it was a severe crackdown, so after thinking carefully for a while, he pointed at the tall man in the crowd and said, "He asked me to come. He said that, as long as I come here, to make up the number of people, he will give me 200 yuan. After the young man finished speaking, the tall man hurriedly shouted, "What nonsense are you talking about? We are all workers fighting for our legal rights. Who hired you? You are not a worker, so why are you making trouble? Leader, quickly arrest him. He is a lunatic." After the tall man finished speaking, Jiang Chen saw that he looked unruly. Such a person did not look like a worker of Dalianhua at all, so Jiang Chen pointed at him and shouted, "Come out. Are you a worker of Dalianhua? When did you join? What job do you do at Dalianhua?" After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the tall man looked at Jiang Chen and shouted, "Who are you? Why should I answer you? This is the boss of our Sahara shop. Come out. Aren't you here to fight for your rights? If you have any dissatisfaction, just tell our boss." Guan Ku was hit on the head by the man. He pointed at the big man angrily and shouted. When the big man heard that the young man was the new boss of Dalianhua, he wilted for a moment. He stammered, I'm the security guard here. You come here, and you have the biggest opinions here. You can ask questions on behalf of the workers. If there is anything that the new Dalianhua company can't do, just ask it. I will definitely solve it for you on the spot. Our media friends are all here, so feel free to ask questions." After Merji finished speaking, Captain Zhang went up and dragged the tall man out. After the tall man was dragged out, Jiang Chen looked at him and said, "Tell me what you are dissatisfied with. The court has already paid you back the money that Dalianhua owed you. I see if you have any opinions." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the tall man thought for a while and said, What's the use of giving us money? We have lost our jobs. It won't work if you don't solve our job problems. Today we are here to make trouble because of job problems." After the tall man finished speaking, the others also shouted, "That's right. Why did you fire us for no reason? We want to work, and we want an explanation today." After thousands of people finished shouting, Meiji also frowned. He looked back at Jiang Chen and said, Boss Jiang, didn't you say last night that you would solve the problem of the Dalian workers? Why did you suddenly go back on your word today? After the mayor finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked puzzled. Didn't the supervisor tell him this morning that all employees would be accepted? Manager Guan, can you explain what's going on? Jiang Chen also looked at Guan Ku with some displeasure. Guan Ku took out a contract from the briefcase and said, I have accepted all the employees of Dalian. This is the personnel list of Dalian headquarters. All the people on it came to sign renewal agreements with us this morning. After Guan Ku handed a list to Jiang Chen took a look and handed it to Meiji. Meiji looked at the workers in front of him and said, did you miss them? After Meiji finished speaking, Guan Ku hurriedly called the hour director behind him. The hour director was a man in his 40s with a big belly. After he came, Guan Ku pointed at him and asked, is this the list of all the workers? This. The hour director looked back at the man in a suit behind him and hesitated. Jiang Chen saw that he was not doing his job well and pointed at him and shouted, you are fired for concealing the number of employees. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the hour director broke out in a sweat. Boss, don't fire me. This is the list of all the people. Then why were you hesitating just now? Fire. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the supervisor nodded. Their company did not need such a person who tried to please both sides. Especially the hour department could not tolerate such scum. Boss, I say, don't fire me. These are not workers of Dalian. They are the people hired by Vice President Zhao to cause trouble. After the hour director finished speaking, the man in a suit behind him got angry. He came up and slapped the hour director in the face and shouted, why don't you say something nonsense to me again? When did I say anything nonsense? They are not employees of Dalian. Vice President Zhao, if you hadn't suggested to President Ua to raise the price of roses, would our Dalian have gone bankrupt? All this is your fault. After the hour director finished speaking, Vice President Zhao became anxious. He went up and grabbed the hour's director's mouth and shouted, you are talking nonsense. I will tear your mouth apart. The two men started fighting in front of the door of Dalian headquarters. Meiji sighed when he saw this. He waved his hand and Captain Zhang went up to control Vice President Zhao. After Vice President Zhao was controlled, he kept yelling at the hour director, register all their names and check them now. I want to see if they are employees of Dalian. Meiji was very angry. The consequences were serious. He knew that Jiang Chen was a big customer that Governor Li had set his sights on. He couldn't let Jiang Chen get away, so he had to deal with this matter today. Okay, Captain Zhang, check now. Come here one by one and take out your ID cards. If any of you dare to lie to Meiji, don't blame me for arresting you all. After Meng Xianren finished speaking, more than 1,000 people were instantly confused. The tall man was the first to be dragged over. He hesitated and tried to quibble. Meiji walked up to him and said, if you dare to tell a lie, you will bear the consequences at your own risk. Especially when it came to the words at your own risk, Meiji deliberately emphasized the tone. The tall man knew that Meiji was a man of swift action. He sat down on the ground instantly. He knew that everything he had was over. I'm not an employee of Dalian. Meiji, please let me go. It was Vice President Zhao. It was Vice President Zhao who gave me 200,000 yuan. He asked me to find 1,000 people to cause trouble. It's all his fault. After the big man finished speaking, the others also shouted, Meiji, he gave us the money to come. We were confused. Meiji, please forgive us. After a group of people shouted, several media saw that the matter was exposed and turned around to leave. Meiji looked at them and shouted, don't leave either. Did you guys also take his money? Meiji, we didn't. We don't know him at all. We just heard that there was news here, so why don't you tell the truth? After Captain Zhang finished speaking, several self-media reporters insisted that they did not know Vice President Zhao. Seeing this, Jiang Chen went up and snatched their mobile phones. After snatching the mobile phones, Jiang Chen handed the mobile phone to Meiji. Meiji looked at Vice President Zhao and said, Vice President Zhao, Can you tell me your mobile phone number? Chapter 124. Attending the negotiation meeting. When it came to reporting the cell phone number, Vice President Zhao panicked. He kept saying this and that for a long time, and the hour director on the other end hurriedly took out his cell phone and shouted, "I know, 138. The hour director reported the number, and Meiji started dialing it. Before the reporter finished dialing the number, a call record appeared on his phone. Meiji dialed Vice President Zhao's number while he was talking, and soon Vice President Zhao's phone rang. A policeman went up and took out Vice President Zhao's phone number. He looked at the caller and shouted, "Meiji, he has reporter song on his phone." After the policeman finished speaking, several reporters collapsed to the ground. A reporter slapped himself and said, "It's all my fault. It's all my fault." He was the one who said that he would give me 100,000 yuan for each report. So. After the reporter finished speaking, he began to tremble all over. That's right, now he has fallen into the hands of Meiji, who is like the Iron King of Hell. His future. You, tell me the truth. Why are you making trouble in Sahara shop? Meiji looked at Vice President Zhao, who was under control. Vice President Zhao lowered his head and said nothing. Captain Zhang was also angry and pointed at Vice President Zhao and shouted, "In front of the national law, you still want to deny it, right? Let me tell you, leniency to those who confess, and severity to those who resist." After Captain Zhang finished speaking, Meng Xianren also said, "Now is the time for severe crackdowns. If you confess honestly now, it will be considered as a chance for you to reduce your sentence. If you resist to the end, do you know what crime this is? Gathering 1,000 gangsters to fight against the government. To put it mildly, it is gathering a crowd to cause trouble, and to put it seriously, it is for evil purposes. You should think about it yourself." After Meng Xianren finished speaking, Vice President Zhao was also scared. That's right, if he was to be labeled as a gangster, wouldn't he be shot immediately? I said, yes, it was President Ua. President Ua saw that Jiang Chen had ruined his butterfly love flower, so he asked me to give him a taste of his own medicine here. Also, this was also arranged by him. He gave me 2 million and asked me to find someone to gather a crowd, to cause trouble at the opening ceremony of Sahara shop, and then find the media to expose it and ruin Sahara shop. Vice President Zhao blurted out everything out of fear. After Vice President Zhao finished speaking, Meiji pointed at Captain Zhang and shouted, "Catch that crazy President Ua, catch him immediately, and punish him severely." After Meiji finished speaking, Captain Zhang nodded and replied, "Yes, Mayor, please rest assured." Captain Zhang led the team to arrest Mr. Hua. Soon, Vice President Zhao and more than 1,000 people he hired were also taken away by the police. After these people were taken away, only Meiji and Director Meng Xianren of the Merchants Bureau were left in front of the headquarters of Sahara shop. Jiang Chen looked at the two and sighed. How high-spirited Mr. Hua was in those years, but it was a pity that he died because of the most untrustworthy thing for a businessman. "I'm sorry to trouble you, Mr. Jiang. By the way, if your Sahara shop settles in our Urumqi in the future, we will definitely give you the greatest help." Meiji shook hands with Jiang Chen while speaking, and Jiang Chen nodded. He shook hands with Meiji, and after the two talked for a while, Meiji said goodbye. In the evening, after Meiji left, Meng Xianren talked to Jiang Chen about many related policies. Jiang Chen was not very satisfied with these policies. Not only Jiang Chen, but even Guan Ku frowned. After seeing off Meng Xianren, the hotel manager checked the time and told Jiang Chen that the investment promotion conference was about to start in the evening. Jiang Chen thought about it and decided that, since he was not very satisfied with the place, he might as well go to the investment promotion conference. If they found a suitable place at the investment promotion conference, they might as well move the Sahara shop headquarters there. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the two got in the car and drove straight to the Urumqi International Hotel. At the Urumqi International Hotel, when Jiang Chen and Guan Ku arrived, the organizer suddenly told them that for some reason, the investment promotion conference was moved to the next morning, so Jiang Chen had to stay in the hotel for another night. At night, Jiang Chen had nothing to do, so he arranged a dinner with the CEO of Shanghai Group and others. They drank until late at night. The next morning, when Jiang Chen woke up, the investment promotion conference had already begun. It was still the auction room from yesterday, but the auction room had been transformed into a large cocktail party overnight. The chairs in the hall were removed and replaced with round tables. The names of the companies and some city and county investment promotion bureaus were placed on the round tables. As soon as Jiang Chen and Guanku entered, a man in a suit called them. "Wait, what are you doing?" Jiang Chen turned around and found that there was a long table inside the reception. There were several men in suits sitting at the table. They were in their 20s or 30s. They looked at Jiang Chen with displeasure. Jiang Chen was very puzzled. "How could I offend you just after I arrived? You are not doing anything. You are here to attend the investment meeting." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he was about to go in when several people stopped him. The leader pointed at Jiang Chen and smiled mockingly. "You are the only one who wants to invest. I think you are here to find investment. Let me tell you, the bosses here are not for entrepreneurial kids like you to meet. Get out of here." That's right. There are 7 or 8 people who want to sneak in to find investment in just a short while. But they at least wear a decent suit. Look at you. What are you wearing? Hey, look at you. There are still pieces of dirt on your body. You must have just come from the fields. Several young people laughed at Jiang Chen while talking. Jiang Chen was unhappy. What do these people think of themselves? Yes, you guessed it right. I just came from the fields. But don't look down on farmers. I don't have any seeds, but I have a lot of money. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, when they heard that he was really a farmer, a group of people burst into laughter. A man pushed the door open and came in. He hung up the phone as he walked in. As soon as he came in, he heard the people inside laughing. He frowned and asked, "What are you laughing at? What's so funny?" The man was in his 40s, wearing a suit and tie, and had a big belly, but he looked somewhat majestic, as if he was a person who had been in a superior position for a long time. After he finished speaking, several young people were so scared that they held back their laughter. "Mayor Wang, this man is a farmer, and he wants to come in to attend the investment meeting." After the staff of the Investment Promotion Bureau in front of the door finished speaking, Mayor Wang frowned, looked at Jiang Chen and said, "What is a farmer doing here? Do you know where this place is? Hurry up, and the rest of you drive him out." After Mayor Wang finished speaking, a man with an equally big belly came over from a distance. The man was in his 50s, and not only was he fat, but he also had a Mediterranean haircut. The combination of him and his appearance really made him look like a clown. "Mayor Wang, why did you take so long to talk on the phone? I've been waiting so long that the opportunity has disappeared." "Mr. Liu, I'm very sorry. Something happened in the city just now, and I just asked the deputy mayor to deal with it. By the way, Mr. Liu, let's continue talking. Regarding the investment you mentioned, I have discussed with the city, and we will grant you a 100-acre piece of land in the new district. In addition, we will give you a 3-year tax exemption. Also, we have also contacted the bank, so as long as you come, you don't have to worry about the funding issue." After Mayor Wang finished speaking, he took Mr. Liu's hand and went to the side to discuss in detail. Jiang Chen couldn't help frowning when he heard this. Yes, if he guessed correctly, this guy should be the mayor of Urumqi. Their Sahara shop is a tens of billions of dollars enterprise after all. This group of people gave others 3 years of tax exemption, but only gave themselves 3 months of tax exemption. They really look down on themselves. Chapter 125 Distinguished Guests. At the entrance of the negotiation meeting, several people looked at Jiang Chen and started to drive him away impatiently, as if they used this method to drive away many people who tried to sneak in. "Hey, did you two hear that? The mayor told you to get out, so get out now, and don't let us do anything." "That's right, I'm really impressed. Why is a farmer joining in the fun? Need I say more? You must want to come in and find a big boss to invest. Do you know what level of big bosses are there? You're dreaming." Several people said this and drove Jiang Chen away. Jiang Chen sighed. This group of people had such a low quality, so it can be seen that this place. Hey, it's better not to come to such a place. Forget it. Manager Guan, let's go. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the man in his 30s, who was the leader at the table, sneered. TSK, you can't eat sour grapes. You say the grapes are sour. You want to come, but we don't welcome you either. That's right, you two poor farmers. And the manager, really? After several people finished speaking, they laughed again. Fortunately, the banquet was very lively and no one paid attention to this side. Let's go, let's go. By the way, please return this invitation to Governor Lee for me. Also, tell him that next time, don't give me anything casually. It will dirty my hands. Jiang Chen took out the invitation from the black-clothed man from his pocket, and then threw it on the arrogant man's face with a bang. The arrogant man felt a pain on his face, and his face was swollen instantly after the invitation fell on the table. You have the guts to not leave. The arrogant man grabbed the invitation and wanted to hit Jiang Chen, but the moment he grabbed the invitation, he was stunned. The invitation in his hand was a little heavy. If he guessed correctly, it was an invitation with a metal frame, and several of the staff of the Merchants Bureau knew that the province had specially printed several invitations with metal frames to give to those particularly distinguished guests. Thinking of this, the arrogant man quickly opened the invitation, and the moment he opened the invitation, several employees of the Merchants Bureau stood up in shock. Yes, they are the ones invited by Governor Lee. Quick, we can't let them go. After the arrogant man finished speaking, several people were scared and broke out in cold sweats. Yes, they thought they were awesome. After all, they were from the Provincial Investment Promotion Bureau, but these were guests personally invited by the governor. How could they afford to offend such a distinguished person? It's over. We've offended the governor's guest. We're all done. A man plopped down on the stool, and at this moment he really wanted to slap himself a few times. It's all your fault. If you hadn't taken the lead in laughing at them, how could we have gotten into this trouble? What's the point of saying all this now? Hurry up and chase him back. If he leaves, who can the governor get away with? That's right. What's the point of saying all this? Hurry up and chase him. If he leaves, not to mention us, even our director will be in trouble. After the arrogant man finished speaking, 4 or 5 clerks from the Investment Promotion Bureau chased after him. After they chased him out, Jiang Chen had already reached the stairs. Several people ran out of the door. The arrogant man in the lead was about to beg Jiang Chen, but when he saw Jiang Chen in rustic clothes, he couldn't bring himself to let go. Yes, he was a child of a big family in Urumqi after all. If he was asked to beg a farmer like Jiang Chen, he really, hey, please give Governor Lee a face today, and you can come in. Mr. Jiang, we have more than 10 billion yuan after all. We must choose our headquarters. The Beijing Investment Promotion Bureau also called me yesterday and said, what do you mean more than 10 billion? Oh, this is even worse. We can't let them go even if we die. Otherwise, how can we bear the responsibility? The arrogant man has the capital to be arrogant. At worst, he will be scolded. But it's different for the other small employees. They don't have a backer. If Jiang Chen is angry and leaves, they will lose their jobs. Boss, you, don't leave. A timid employee was about to chase Jiang Chen, but the arrogant man stopped him. Yes, he knows this kind of poor people who are successful the best. Such people can't be treated well, otherwise they will be arrogant. Shut up, the farmer. I'll say one last thing to you. You can come in. I'll only say this once. If you don't come in, don't beg us to come in later. After the arrogant man finished speaking, the other small employees looked at him in panic. Yes, now they may not come, even if you beg them. Why are you pretending? Jiang Chen will leave later. Can you bear the consequences? Brother Feng, let's stop him quickly, otherwise later. Shut up, this kind of person can't be spoiled. Don't worry, he is counting on making connections inside. They will definitely not leave. After Brother Feng finished speaking, several people looked at Jiang Chen half believingly, but they didn't expect Jiang Chen to have no intention of stopping at all. In just a short while, Jiang Chen walked to the corner of the stairs. Seeing that Jiang Chen had no intention of stopping, several people also panicked. Brother Feng, what should we do? Brother Feng, I don't believe you won't come back. Brother Feng said as he crossed his arms and watched Jiang Chen walk down. He has been in the Investment Promotion Bureau for a few days. He has met many people like Jiang Chen. At first, he pretended to be noble, but when he saw that EA ignored him, he would soon come to ask them for help. After all, tonight's investment promotion conference is different from other investment promotion conferences. Tonight's investment promotion conference will gather representatives from citizen counties across the province, which is not seen in other provinces. If you don't kneel down and beg me, I won't even take a step back. Jiang Chen couldn't help but get angry when he saw Brother Feng was so arrogant. That's right, you offended me when we were in the room, but now it's your turn to beg. Is this your attitude? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Brother Feng was not panicked. Several people behind him couldn't even stand. At this moment, they wanted to go down and carry Jiang Chen back. After all, this was a big shot invited by Governor Li. Jiang Chen walked around the corner of the stairs under everyone's gaze and went directly to the next floor. When several people saw that Jiang Chen was gone, a young man in his 20s panicked. He ran towards the stairs first, shouting as he ran, "Brother Feng, I'm sorry, my family is not as rich as yours, and it's not easy for me to pass the civil service exam, so I don't want dignity." After the young man finished speaking, several people looked at Brother Feng, who cursed, "Really leaving? Really not coming back? I'm giving you face, right?" After Brother Feng finished cursing, he panicked in his heart. That's right, he originally thought that he could scare Jiang Chen back by pretending to be cool, but now he found that the person's realm seemed to be higher than his own. "Brother Feng, what should we do? What else can we do? Chase him." After Brother Feng finished speaking, several people hurriedly ran towards the stairs. When they reached the third floor, the young man had already stopped Jiang Chen and Guan Ku, and he kept apologizing in front of Jiang Chen. I'm sorry, we looked down on you. Please go back, otherwise when Governor Li comes, we will all be in trouble. Please consider that it was not easy for me to pass the civil service exam. As an official, you don't serve the people, and you think about bullying the farmers every day. Have you ever thought about how difficult it is for us farmers?" Jiang Chen interrupted the young man before he finished speaking. He knelt down in front of Jiang Chen with a plop. It's not easy. I remember this lesson. I will be good to the people in the future. I will be good to the poor. If I look down on the poor again, I will not die a good death. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.